amazed at how, like, fast TikTok drains my phone battery. Like, I go to the bathroom for 10 minutes on TikTok, and I'm at, like, 30%. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I just watched 6 different people turn into Michael Jackson, and now my phone is dying.
Dude, this one guy that I like, knew him. Oh, I've, like, told you guys about him, but I knew him previously because he went to the private school that I was friends with a bunch of kids from, but we rekindled over Tinder, I think, and...
That was 2 different fire jokes. You don't know that, but it was. Rekindle and Tinder. 2 different fire jokes. It was a nice pun that you didn't mean to make, and I had to explain to you, but it was a really nice pun.
Yeah, hilarious. I'm funny and I didn't even know it. Wow. But we were talking one night about the Michael Jackson, like, documentary thing about that place.
Finding Neverland.
And now I have mixed feelings about Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's canceled. Like, I don't know what the mixed is. He's canceled.
That too. Well, I have mixed feelings with the parents too. Actually, not even mixed feelings, just confused.
Everybody's canceled that was involved in that situation except for those little boys. Like,
yeah.
Everybody else who knew about it, like, everyone's canceled. LaToya Jackson defending him on Twitter, canceled. Like, everyone's canceled there. Paris, canceled. Blanket, canceled. All canceled.
Blanket.
Damn.
How old is Blanket?
Hey Siri. How old is Blanket Jackson?
Check the display on your iPhone for the answer.
17.
You want the answer? Pay $4.99 to find out. He's 17.
He is 17 years, 2 months, and 20 days old.
Oh boy. That's a child.
That is a child.
What else has been going on in the world that we can talk about that's not on this?
We've been pretty on base with, like, covering everything.
Lexi Brown's tweet.
Lexi Brown is
God,
an icon.
yeah.
The epitome of shoot or shoot. I love her so much.
She's great. She's what I aspire to be.
Big same.
And, like, I would never slide into a player's DMs, but, like, it just validates every girl that does it. Oh
yeah.
Can we talk about Ayesha Curry for a second?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So Ayesha Curry went on The View, and she basically was like, Steph gets a lot of female attention, and I don't anymore, and, like, that kind of hurts my feelings. And people are mad about it. Like, I don't understand why people are mad at her for being like, women try to sleep with my husband, and, like, I understand that, but, like, also, like, I'm hot, and it kind of hurts my feelings that guys aren't interested in me anymore. Like, people, like, she was slut-shaming. She never did that. Never called them groupies, nothing. She's just like, she's just like, I don't feel pretty anymore. And, like, I don't understand why people are mad about that.
That's some misogynistic bullshit.
Like, women are mad.
Like,
women are like, how dare you be, like, happy that Steph is your husband and that he's loyal to you? Why do you need outside attention? Like, it makes you feel good. Like, our society is so, like, focused on what you look like that when you stop getting attention, like, it hurts. And, like, especially when, like, the hottest woman that around the NBA is Steph's mom. Like, Mrs. Curry's fucking hot. Like, so, like, when you're sitting next to Sonia Curry every game and you're not getting attention, yeah, that's gonna hurt. If you don't know who Sonia Curry is, Google her right now. So hot.
This is what I'm doing.
It's also different when you're, like, a big name like that.
Oh,
Then-
that?
Isn't she the hottest
that's
mom ever?
That's a whole MILF. That's a whole MILF. Oh, boy.
Sonia Curry is so
I am
hot.
having
And, like,
some
you
feelings.
understand where every single guy who talks about the NBA, like, every fan, every Twitter, like, everybody's like, Sonia Curry is so hot. When you're Ayesha Curry and your mother-in-law's getting attention and your husband's getting attention and you're getting nothing, it hurts. And I don't understand why people are mad about that.
It just reminds me of that photo. Do you know that photo that's like, it's like what's her face, Trixie Mattel, and it says, "Ooh, she's different and internally misogynistic. She needs validation from men." And it's like, it's not, it's just like, we have this society that tells you, like, oh, you have to look a certain way, you have to act a certain way, and getting that attention, like, validates that, and feeling that way is not wrong. It's not wrong at all. And it's just so fucked up when people, like, are open about it and they get shamed for stuff that's already happening that everyone can see, but they just verbalize it. And instead of, like, applauding the fact that someone is verbalizing their feelings and validating their sentiments, because it is okay to, like, feel like, oh, I'm not feeling that great because I'm not getting as much attention. Like, it's okay to say that, but in the way that we are, like, people are telling, like, oh, attention is bad, but if you're not getting attention, then, like, who cares, you know?
All right, let's dive into the show.
Pigeon! Make Maddie proud! Make Daddy proud! Go dye your hair. It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of the For Puck's Sake podcast. I'm your host. Wait, no, why? I don't start there. What the fuck am I doing? I haven't slept in like 36 hours. It's fine. I know how to do my job. From Albany, New York, it's Alex.
Hi. So I think I fell into a ditch and hit my head last night. There's a YouTuber that many people know. Her name's Tana Mojo. I've watched Tana for a very long time now, like since I was in high school.
I have a question.
I think that's when
Sorry.
she started. Yeah.
I don't know who she is outside of she was in a 3-way relationship with Bella Thorne and a rodeo clown. So, like,
What?
he's not
I
actually a
didn't
rodeo
know
clown.
that.
He just looks like Krusty from The Simpsons. I don't know his name, but
Hunter?
is that his name? I don't know. He's like a DJ or something, and he looks like Krusty the Clown.
Oh, DJ? Nope.
What is his name?
Hunter's a videographer. Modson's
Mod
a
Son.
musician.
That's his name. Mod Son. He looks like Krusty the Clown. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up. You explain to me who Tana Mango is, and I'm gonna bring up
So, she's from Las Vegas, and she had like a crazy wild upbringing, and basically like her whole thing is like she never really had money, and so I don't know, like she just ran rampant. She didn't really have any rules as a kid. And she, like, dropped out of high school, blah, 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 whatever. And now she has this whole big thing going for her. Have you looked up a picture of him?
Yeah, okay. This is if Krusty the Clown did MDMA. Like...
Oh my god, that's valid.
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
She recently, like a week and a half ago, and her most current boyfriend broke up because he had been cheating on her. And her and Jake Paul had both done Shane series and whatnot. They are both big influencers in LA. And so they've started hanging out and making videos together. And I think she is the only person that would ever make me be like, wow, Jake Paul's kind of entertaining.
Oh my god, I'm judging you so hard.
Those are the two biggest pieces of garbage people that I can think of.
I love them though.
Okay, wait, but there's like a difference between like trash people, like racist, sexist, homophobic. Those are trash people, and garbage people are like, you are literally like, if I cut you open, just like spew and fill like you're. It's not blood in your veins, like it's just like memes. Like, they, like, I'm just like, I can't even explain it. It'd be like sludge. Like, you're not a real human. You're just made of garbage.
I love them, and I want them to get married and have
the most obnoxious children
for a
ever.
very long time. Minnie,
Oh my
dude,
god.
they already have a kid. His name's Mini Jake Paul. He's part of Team 10 family vlog channel. You know.
This is the most disgusting sentence you've ever said to me.
I hate this so much. I'm
All I know
cringing.
is his name's Titus, and he's really cute. And then he has a little sister. Her name's Riot. Adorable. But I only know this because I watched Tana's and then Jake's vlog about babysitting them, and they're adorable. So, and they live in the Team 10 house.
Alex is
There are
canceled.
so many words there that I'm just like,
Can Team 10 sign me?
don't want to deal with.
No.
Alex, we're already
my
going
God.
for Barstool. We can't go for Team 10.
God damn it! God damn it!
Jesus Christ, this whole podcast is
You
canceled.
get the best of both worlds.
Our first episode
Oh
on
my
YouTube.
God.
We're doing a deep dive into all the YouTube accounts that
This is the perfect time to mention it then! Team 10, hit me up! Just kidding. I'm
Jesus Christ. The thing that all I know about like Team 10 is from like this commentator YouTubers that talk about them and talk about just how lame they are.
Like drama
And
channels?
like not drama channels, like commentary channels. Like
Dude,
guys who
wait,
used to be Viners.
Wait.
I love drama
Somebody
channels.
makes money by talking about drama on somebody
yeah.
else's clickbait YouTube video.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, several
I-
people.
It's
actually
it's great.
very
too.
profitable business.
The internet's a weird place, man.
And you know what? When we get into mine, it's
Hockey is such a small
into
market.
that
What
too.
the fuck are we doing?
we should just be talking about YouTubers all the time.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, Shay, let's get into yours because there's more YouTube drama from
Great segue.
Orlando,
Okay.
Florida. It's Shay.
Okay, before I get into the YouTuber drama, I will say that I was recently on an episode of the Who Scored podcast. It is a great podcast. They call themselves the Podcast for Hockey Twitter. And they just cover general topics around hockey Twitter and around the NHL. And they were kind enough to invite me on to sub for one of their hosts. And so yeah, I would recommend checking them out. It's their 4th episode. It was a lot of fun. The guy who invited me on, his name is Brian, and we actually had him on our podcast, but he lost his audio, and then not a week later he started a podcast, and I completely forgot to drag him for that on his podcast.
Yeah, so you can't find that interview. It's lost forever.
Yeah, it was really good too. So like, Brian, he feels really bad about it, but I love calling him out on it. But with that, let's get into some tea. So I love beauty YouTubers. I've been involved in makeup for a while, and I've followed the makeup community both online and just in general. And shit hit the fan. So if you've been on the internet at all, I'm sure you've seen it. This YouTuber Tati Westbrook and this other YouTuber James Charles had a big falling out. And Tati is a person that kind of like paved the way for beauty YouTubers. Like she was there before it was a big industry for making videos on YouTube, and she's the only she was like, before there were only like people doing makeup tutorials, and she's the person that started doing like reviews and stuff.
Very unbiased.
And
too.
then yes, incredibly unbiased. Like she doesn't do sponsorships, she doesn't do advertisements. She takes some PR, but she'll like half the time she's giving it away to people, and she prefers to just kind of like buy stuff herself. And I really respect her as like a YouTuber and as just a person in general. She seems like a really great person, and I've been following her for years. And she kind of helped create James Charles, and I think that's like her one flaw, is that she helped create James Charles. Because before James Charles was James Charles, before he was found by CoverGirl, she kind of took him under her wing. She like flew him out to like do her wedding makeup and bought him pants for their wedding, and like her husband does like he does management stuff like for movies and stuff like that, like big name Hollywood stuff, and he helped James too, and like looked over his contracts, made sure that he became a multimillionaire essentially. And he kind of fucked them over with, it started off like the last straw was this like vitamin thing, because Tati has this vitamin company, and it's very different from like something that other YouTubers do, that they usually just go like, oh, I'm gonna start a makeup company, I'm gonna start a makeup palette, and it ends up being shit. But she's been working with like making vitamins to help people's skin and help people grow out their hair and stuff like that. And it's an industry that's more or less untapped with YouTube, and except for this one company called
No names, no free ads.
Okay. Bleep that out. This one company that is very controversial because they just pay people to like take a photo with their vitamins and put them on Instagram. And
yeah, no one really knows if they actually work or not.
yeah, it's just a lot of like paid advertisements. The people who like post the ads don't actually use them. Most of them don't, I believe. And James Charles decided to do that, and it was a whole big thing. It was kind of like a betrayal in a sense, and it was kind of the last straw, because James Charles had already been involved in a scandal in the previous week where he had been allegedly trying to turn a straight guy gay, and using his money and his influence and his celebrity status. And so Tati released this 43-minute video just breaking down essentially how she influenced his career and what she's done for him, and just sort of like how his behavior has been. And she said like, oh, like James Charles is no stranger to scandals. He's been involved in like racially insensitive comments before. He's been involved in scandals involving straight men before, and being a little bit predatory towards them. And it looks like she's kind of like, she used to sort of like in her head make excuses for it and think like, oh, he's a kid, he's a teenager, he's gonna grow out of it, and it's just sort of gotten worse. And now is why like she burned that bridge. She like helped create him, and now she released that video, and this kid has lost like almost 2 million subscribers and counting.
That reminds me, I need to I meant to do it the other day, but because he's like from my hometown, or yesterday when I found out about this whole stuff, because he's from my hometown, I've been following him since before all of this.
Oh
And
boy.
then it, yeah. And it's not surprising to me, just because like that, the way he is acting and the things that he's doing is very, not like normal, but like it's not surprising for people up here to, I don't know, like be like racially insensitive
yeah.
and everything. It's a problem that people up here have, a really, really big problem, and we need to fix it. And it's sad, but it does not surprise me that he,
and the thing is that like Tati spilled the tea on a whole bunch of like explicit sexual stuff that he's been involved in, like really predatory behavior. And it's like that's a problem that like the LGBT community doesn't like to address, just because like straight people already see LGBT people as like predatory inherently, and most LGBTQ people are not like that. But when you do get one person that's being predatory and trying to like use their power and influence to try to go after straight people, like that is fucked up, and that's terrible behavior, and it just doesn't get addressed by people in the LGBTQ community, because there's already that stigma there. And the fact that it's being called out now, it's like, it's important that it's called out, and it's fucked up. He did this to like Shawn Mendes, he did this to some other people, and he did this now to like some like smaller name like male model.
Doesn't Shawn Mendes like have a restraining order against him or something? Like they like when they're out in public, like the Met Gala the other night, like James Charles is not allowed to be within like a certain amount of feet of Shawn Mendes, I believe.
I don't think he has a restraining order against him.
But it's like one of those
do-
things that like he tells people like when he gets to events like, do not let this man near me.
Yeah, yeah, and there was a rumor going around that James Charles was kicked out of the Met Gala, which, by the way, YouTube, why did you send James Charles to the Met Gala? Why would you do
Literally.
that?
Yeah, just like let Liza Koshy go. Like she should be the only one ever allowed to do things.
Exactly.
I guess he was DMing and commenting and whatever I saw from Zara Larsson, the Swedish singer. Her boyfriend, he was trying to like DM and whatnot things.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
And it's just
I just love
Like-
I love Tati being like, I brought you into like it's classic mom saying, like I brought you into this world and by hell I'm gonna take you out.
yeah. It was like, it's when the mom friend gets pissed because she's a little bit older in the beauty community. It's mostly like millennials, teenagers, people that are much younger, and she's in her 30s and she is thriving. She's like aging
so old, I
backwards.
can't believe it. 30.
I
Okay, look,
wish
shut
I
up.
had her life.
For
I want to
for the
be
beauty-
Tati Westbrook's child.
Same. For the beauty community, that's like, it's a big deal, you know, to be in your 30s and be a public figure and just put your face out there like that.
This is
That's
why
like a
Aisha
huge
Curry
deal.
this is why Aisha Curry is self-conscious.
Exactly. But yeah, it's just I've been watching all of these drama YouTube channels. This is the one time I'm really disappointed in them because they're not releasing content fast enough. And I don't
Right?
usually
The
watch
video
this
is
stuff.
43 minutes long. I'm like,
Like,
I
the
don't.
one.
I was gonna watch it, but I'm like, I don't know enough about the situation to sit through 43 fucking minutes.
That's fair. And the thing Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, you want me to talk? It's quick, I promise. But the first like video from a drama channel I saw was 30 something minutes long, and I was like, I really want to watch this, but I don't have goddamn time. And I was really pissed. Continue.
But like the thing is that like she tried to settle this in private first. She was going to settle it in private, but she like apparently he was leaking his side of the story to drama channels. So he wasn't being like, he apologized publicly to her for just sort of like stabbing her in the back, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Not the vitamin stuff, I would say, compared to like the sexual predator stuff, but like he was giving his side of the story to drama channels, and like he was doing it just damage control. So he wasn't like all of the love and support, because the whole 43 minutes, it's her emphasizing that she loved and supported him, and that part of her still like loves him, and like she saw him as like she mentored him. She took on like a mom role for him because his mom is not around. His mom is halfway across the country, and it's like she was really disappointed in that, and that's when she also gave her side of the story and released this whole big thing, and that's essentially why James Charles is like, he's done for. I was watching, before I came on, I was watching a live view of his subscriber count versus hers. He's dropped, and the thing is, he has probably dropped more, but he's been buying subscribers. You literally see blips of like 20,000 subscribers instantly, and then it goes down again because it's like people are unsubscribing, and he's been doing it repeatedly. It's not just like, oh, I bought 20,000 subscribers once. It's like throughout the night you would see like little blips of like high amount of subscribers in 1 second, and then it steadily goes down again.
Oh my god, does he have a red social blade right now?
Social Blade is going crazy. I downloaded the Social Blade app just to like keep up with it in real time.
Don't let this James Charles stuff distract you from the fact that Shane Dawson proposed to his boyfriend to distract everybody from the fact that he fucked his cat.
He's involved in this somehow. I don't know how. He like.
Oh my god, is he gonna do his next?
That's
series
what
with
everybody's
James
saying,
Charles?
and I'm like,
Yeah.
Shane Dawson can never do one of those ever again. He fucked his cat.
Exactly.
Like,
This is such a, like, I don't know if this is good or bad that we're starting out our like YouTube view, like...
Let's start as many feuds as possible.
Jesus Christ.
Shane
We
Dawson
are
fucked his cat.
Also,
James Charles is the fucking worst. Like,
Alex is joining Team 10.
Tanya was involved in this too, in the whole, like, with the predatory kid, the kid that he was trying to turn straight. She was involved in that too. It's wild. It's just, there's so many people involved. There's so many big names. It's a mess. And we don't even have time to get into it, that it's such a big mess. I tried to condense as little
I'm already
as
like,
possible.
this has been going on for a while.
Yeah. Let's move on.
All right. So as you guys know, from Philadelphia, I'm Gabby, whatever. So at the beginning of the episode, I fucked up, and that's because I am running on, right now, 33 hours without sleep, because I went down, Wikipedia wormholes where you go from one page to the next, and then all of a sudden you're looking at, 1997 draft to figure out how the Sedin trade happened.
Yeah.
I had one of those, but with TV shows last night. So it started off with, the song Lights Down Low? Mm-hmm. Turn the lights down low.
Yeah.
That's by a guy called Max. And I was looking at him, and I'm like, he looks familiar. And then I realized that he is the guitarist from that show from 2012 on Nickelodeon called How to Rock. And so
That's what you were talking about?
that's what I was talking about.
No.
So then I was like, all right, I have to go watch this now. So I'm like watching How to Rock, and then I love the character Stevie in that. I'm like, I wonder what else she's been in. She was in a Hulu show called Tagged, which is like a psycho thriller. And I was like, all right, I'll watch one episode and see if I like it, and then if I do, I'll pitch it as our show for the summer after Game of Thrones. I watched the entire series. It's 3 seasons, 8 episodes, 12 episodes, 12 episodes. I watched the entire thing. I finished it about an hour before we recorded.
Oh my god.
My brain hurts. I have no thoughts. It's just an empty vessel in here. But it's really, really good. I recommend it. I was watching it and it's good, and then season 2 happens and Noah Centineo shows up, and I'm like, oh hey. And he's not even the best boyfriend character. He always plays the best boyfriend, and whenever he is, he's the second best boyfriend. There's a better boyfriend. And so it's just relationship feels, but also it's a psycho killer thing, and these girls are being hunted. It's cool. I recommend it. It's called Tagged, but the A is an @ symbol. It's very cool.
I'm gonna check that out because I love psychodrama thrillers. That's my jam, and I am looking right now. I've just been watching YouTube, so I need some actual television in my life.
Yeah, so it's on Hulu, but I get bored of storylines, and so I'm really bad about it, especially when I'm binging, because I thought I would just fall asleep and then I'd pick up where I left off. But the problem is that one of the girls started to annoy me, so I started manually skipping over her storylines. And when you're manually doing things, you stay awake. And all of a sudden, it's 1 a.m. It's 3 a.m. It's 5 a.m. and you've got 3 episodes left, and you're like, I'm gonna do it, goddammit! It was bad. I fell asleep for an hour between, with 2 episodes left, and I woke up and I watched the last 2. But, yeah. That's the dogs are really quiet because they woke up at 4:30 a.m. and I just stuck them outside while the sun was rising. And then I brought them in when I finished the show, and I was like, oh fuck the dogs, so they're asleep right now.
Oh man.
So that's where I'm at.
I am.
No, now I'm back to How to Rock.
Okay.
I had to go. It's only 1 season, and I'm I got to episode 19 before I switched to the other one. So now I'm I just gotta finish this too. It's not good, but I need to finish it.
That just reminded me of the time that I saw Max, live in person.
Good time. He's on tour with he randomly came up in my Instagram feed because he's on tour with Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy, or he was, whatever. And I was like, I know that. Yeah. So then, and then one of the other kids from that show is on a Netflix show called Greenhouse Academy, so that's next.
I want to watch I've been meaning to watch Greenhouse Academy. Let's watch it together.
Yay! Not for this. We have a show picked out for this, but we're gonna watch that together next. All right, let's go into hockey stuff.
Ugh. I'm kidding.
I put the Flyers first, and
Of course you did.
it was the first. It happened Monday, okay? We recorded Sunday night. It happened Sunday night. Like right after we
Wait,
recorded. It happened
have
Monday
a
while I was at
question.
the dentist. Never mind. Yes, Alex.
For the Leafs thing, I have at the bottom now. Should I do that third?
Yeah.
Because it's like Flyers, Oilers, and then okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that after the Oilers.
Just
Okay.
move it now. So the Flyers hired Mike Yeo and Michelle Therrien as their coaches, and they kept Ian LaPerriere as the only coach coming back. I had thoughts on Monday. I was really, really mad. I was not amused, as was 90% of Flyers fans. As they've kind of explained the thought processes and how everything happened and who will be doing what, I've started to like it more. Yeo will be doing the forwards and the power play. Therrien will be doing the defense and the PK. Lappy will be moved to the eye in the sky, so he won't be coaching anything, which is the greatest decision ever. Okay, I don't understand. Ian LaPerriere took a puck to the face, and now he has, like, a job for life. Like, when he was a player, he took a puck to the face, and now they just, like, won't fire him. Like, it's new management, and like, just go sit in the box. Like, I don't understand how that happened. But,
He's a healthy scratch.
he is. He's a healthy scratch as a coach. But, like, Therrien on the PK, like, I don't know. I don't know if, under him, Montreal's defense was, or he was in charge of the forwards when he was with Montreal, so I don't know. Mike Yeo was in charge, like, the Blues had good defense under Yeo. They didn't have great forwards, so I'm like, this is weird. But, like, I feel like the Flyers are very much, like, you just need to, like, manage them. I feel like the tools are there, like, hey, don't play Claude Giroux on the right side. Play him on the left side where he's in his office. Like, Claude Giroux and Ovi have the same office. And for some reason last year, the power play, they put him on the other side where he couldn't, like, use his one-timer.
Yeah.
Like, let him quarterback the power play from where he's been quarterbacking the power play his entire fucking career. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Flyers are very much, like, there are a couple pieces that need tweaking, but they're very much very close. And so it's about, like, who do we get in free agency and, like, make the power play better. Like, the PK was there under Wilson and Gordon. Like, it's just about, like, pieces. Like, I love Nolan Patrick. He can't be our 2C. Like, he's just not ready. Get me Matt Duchene. Like, it's so close, and it just, like, I don't hate it as much as I did Monday. I was mad Monday. I've had time to cool down. I've always thought about this when, like, these things happen. It's like, like, have we ever thought about, like, recording a little bit every night and then putting it together so, like, emotions are fresh? But
Oh, I like that idea.
Same.
but also just, like, I'm in school right now, so I can't. Maybe this summer we'll think about it. But, like, right now I can't. But, like, I've thought about that, like, getting on, like, right after Game of Thrones happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
that would be
You
great.
just see a whole lot of me sobbing.
Yeah.
You see raw emotions. You don't see, because I feel like part of what we do is the only problem is that because we only record once a week and we record towards the end of the week, we are so influenced by what other people are saying and other people's thoughts.
That's why I don't listen to hockey podcasts anymore.
I still love hockey podcasts because a lot of them have like insider information or they have like perspectives that go against what I think, and I think it's interesting to see that side and like develop your perspective more and develop your argument more that way.
I
But at the
always
same
feel-
time, yeah.
I feel like I'm a very easily influenced person. So, like, I'm just like, I can't listen to it because I'm going to take their opinion. I know it. Whoever gets to my ear last, that will be the opinion that I take. So I'm just like,
I feel
none.
that, yeah.
I love the Steve Dangle podcast because every time I listen to it, I just want to punch Adam in the face.
I don't like when you say that because people on this show have compared me to Adam Wilde. And so when you say that, it hurts my feelings.
I always,
Well, Adam's just an undercover Bruins fan, and that's a fact.
I thought he was a Montreal Canadiens fan.
And that. That too.
I just always see Gabby as more of like a Greg Wyshynski type. So I barely listen to Public Fuck Soup anymore. I already get enough of it here.
I am what I am. Somebody has to be the heel. Might as well be me. Oh, people can see my terrible posing now. We're recording this.
Oh boy.
For anybody listening to it, I like took a big sip of water as they were insulting me like it was the tea. Speaking of the tea, the Edmonton Oilers hire Ken Holland to be their new GM. And it's terrible. Like, what you doing? Like, the list was bad, but this is like the worst alternative. Like, they didn't even interview him. They were like, here's $25 million. Take it. You're 60 years old. Come live in Edmonton.
Did you see the quote from, I don't even know who it's from, I'm gonna look it up, but I think it was from their, like, president or someone, but he's like, he's 63, not 103.
Oh my god.
But, like, in a league that's moving younger, 63 is 103.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you saw how he built the fucking Detroit Red Wings. Like, he just ran the Red Wings into the ground. Like, he just did it. They just fired him. Like, they didn't even fire him. Like, but, like, they just brought in a guy to fix what he broke. And you're gonna bring him in to fix what Peter Chiarelli broke? Like, he can't fix things.
I'm curious to see, the only thing that I will say, like, positive-wise, is that in bringing him in, he's not, the way he ruined the Red Wings was that he kept holding on to, like, the figments of what made him great before, and that kind of drove them into the ground. And it's interesting to see now with a fresh crop that, like, he's not attached to, what he'll do. That said,
You don't
this
think
is
some
bad.
part of Ken Holland is attached to the idea of Zach Cassian or Milan Lucic and, like, those guys?
No,
Like,
he is, but I'm trying to look on the silver lining.
The
The
silver
theoretical
lining.
silver lining.
The silver lining is that he can't do worse than Peter Chiarelli. Like, the only thing he could do to be worse than Peter Chiarelli would be trade Connor McDavid.
He's gonna trade Connor McDavid.
Could you imagine?
No, he's gonna sign Connor McDavid for too much money until he's a bajillion years old.
Oh God,
yeah.
I don't think Connor McDavid would sign that contract.
Get
Like-
me out. Let me leave.
Like, as much
Connor
like,
McDavid
money.
looks at William Nylander's bridge deal and is like, damn.
You know the meme that's, or the video, whatever. I think he's like outside the White House and he's like holding
Oh,
on to the
yeah,
gate. He's
yeah,
like, let me in. That's Connor McDavid, but let
Eric
me
Andre.
out.
Eric Andre in reverse.
No,
At least it's-
Connor McDavid is my dog in the morning just howling from her crate.
Oh.
Oh.
At least it's not Keith Gretzky though. Like, at least that much, you know?
Keith Gretzky did nothing. It was fine. He did his job. He did nothing. Like, the Oilers need a GM who's just gonna do nothing. Like, you have Connor McDavid, you have Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will get better. Like, all they needed, they had such a fucking good team, and all they needed was for somebody to do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, Keith Gretzky would have been great, because it's the name that would have kept Edmonton happy, and he just would have done nothing. But, like, to hire Ken Holland, it's so much money, and not even interview him, like, it was crazy. Like, you don't know what his plan is. You didn't ask him. You just offered him the job. Like,
Yeah.
craziness.
And everyone expected Ken Holland to just take a lower position in the Red Wings organization and just sort of die there, you know, like just sort
He
of
got a
retire in that
promotion,
position.
technically. He got changed from the general manager to, like, the president of hockey operations.
Yeah.
And then he was like, no, I'll be the general manager in Edmonton. Does he know he has to move to Edmonton, Canada?
There's nothing to do in Edmonton.
No, there's a comedian, Steve, I don't know how to say his last name. It's something really Italian. He was Kevin on The League. He talks about when he did his comedy tour, he went up to Edmonton, and there's a giant mall there that's like, there's a hotel on either side. And he's like 3 days in, and he realized that he hasn't seen the sun once. That, like,
Oh
all
my
there is to
God.
do. He's like, I played golf in there. I shot a gun in there. It's like, I did everything in there. And then it's like, it's Thursday and I haven't seen the sun. Like,
Oh my god.
that's all there is to do in Edmonton. It's this mall.
It's the exact same mall where they took a photo of Connor McDavid very sadly playing mini golf in his cast.
In the brace,
Yeah.
yes.
What is it? It's like Minnesota but without skiing. Like, I don't. Like, I'm pretty sure Edmonton doesn't have mountains. It's like a plain where it just snows a lot.
Oh boy.
Because it's an oil rigging town. Like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
you know the beginning of Slapshot where all the coal miners are like covered in soot and they're on their way to the hockey game? That's Edmonton, but like just like oil.
Don't drag me.
Dude, I'm scared of oil rigs. That's like my biggest fear. I just remember
I don't know why, but I don't actually know what an oil rig looks like. I just picture like
Don't
Pearl
look it up.
Harbor. I don't know why. Like, I know that's not right. Like, I know they're two very different things, but, like, that's what I picture in my head. It's just, like, the Japanese bombing Pearl Harbor anytime anybody says oil rig. And I'm like, you have a problem.
I literally can't think about oil rigs without going like this because it just...
That's such a weird thing to.
I'm scared.
It's a valid fear, but it's such a like weird thing to just instinctually
You are
just
never
have.
going to
Yeah.
go on an oil rig, Alex.
Oh my god.
Picture. I'm gonna cry. Okay, moving on.
What were you saying, Shay?
Oh, I don't drag me, but I've never seen Slapshot.
I hadn't seen Slapshot until recently. So you're
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
And especially as somebody like from Pennsylvania who had never seen Slapshot, like that was a problem. I saw Goodfellas for the first time recently. As
Oh
an
my God.
Italian American.
I haven't watched Goodfellas in so
As an
long.
Italian Jewish American, I just saw Goodfellas for the first time.
Oh my god.
It's because I have the attention span of a flea. I can't do movies. I say as somebody who just spent the last 36 hours watching TV. But TV moves faster.
Storylines.
Yeah. I can't spend 3.5 hours watching Goodfellas. My mind just can't
A
do
single
it.
storyline moving through. Yeah.
My mind cannot do it. Do.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Leafs now.
Yeah, you're on the Leafs.
Okay, so, Kyle Dubas was doing an interview the other day. I don't even remember what day it is because all the days are blending together. But he said that, I mean, I can quote it directly, but in a scrunched up version, less words, that Mike Babcock is staying as a coach because they believe in him and he believes in the team and...
They would have to pay him so much money, and plus on another coach so much money, that it's like, and no good coaches were fired this season, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, give him one more year, fire him, bring up Sheldon. Like,
Yeah.
it's obvious, like, this is his last straw this coming year.
Yeah.
Like, get along with Austin, make it past the first round, and then we'll talk.
Do you think he's gonna take another trip down to Arizona?
I think that relationship is so fucking done. 17 minutes in Game 7, that relationship is over.
Yeah.
There's so much bad blood. I want to be a fly on the wall. Like, I just want to know what is going on in those conversations.
Me too.
Like, why do they hate each other? Like, I don't know. Like, I've heard Flyers stuff, but I'm like, I want, like, the Flyers don't have a lot of drama, and when they did, like, it was already past, like, it was already over by the time I got it. It was all secondhand. I want to know what the fuck happened between Austin Matthews and Mike Babcock.
Same.
You want to be the drama channel for
Yes.
hockey.
Yes. That's what I want. I would love that. Just, like, give me page 6 blinds, anonymous tips, all of your hockey drama, give it to me. And I'll put it on.
Cue Fly on the Wall by Miley Cyrus. Great song.
What? How does it go? Don't
Hey
do
Alexa.
Don't you
you
wish
wish
you were
you
a fly on the
Just
wall?
a fly on the wall.
What is it?
I'm
Like a
glad-
creepy little.
No, we're fly on the wall.
I'm glad
I'm
we're
gonna
not
play it.
monetized on
Okay.
YouTube because we would get demonetized for all of that.
We are not actually singing any of these songs. There is no way any of these songs are recognizable as those songs.
I know, but YouTube is weird. YouTube just wants to demonetize everything now.
Well, yeah, they don't want to give you money.
True. A creepy little sneaky little fly on the wall. All my precious secrets. Yeah.
You know them all.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Great song.
Fantastic song. Miley Cyrus puts out nothing but bangers.
True. Bangers tour.
The Bangers
Oh,
album is fucking amazing. I think it's one of
It
the most
is.
underrated albums of all time because she was like crazy Miley.
You love me. No,
F you,
cried
amazing.
to that album.
4x4, fucking awesome. Like, I got two letters for you. Those are not the notes. Alright, to the playoffs. The Bruins beat Columbus in Game 6 after John Tortorella is now 0-4 after guaranteeing a Game 7. Which
Oh,
he should
why would
stop
you-
doing that.
Why would you like guarantee? Like just be like, oh,
It's like, I guarantee we'll be back here for Game 7. They
why?
Lose by a lot.
Why are those words leaving your mouth?
Because he's John
Why-
Tortorella. I don't think John Tortorella has ever thought once before he spoke.
Oh no, absolutely never.
Like, he sees him coming out, and he's like, fuck it, I'll run with it.
And if it's bad, he'll just make it worse.
Yeah. So, like, I hate this. The Bruins are gonna win the cup.
I don't want them to.
Okay. I am mixed on if I want the Bruins to win the cup or not.
If you're wearing a Whalers hat, don't
I-
speak to me.
Okay, I want Carolina's my first choice. Absolutely, Carolina is my first choice for who should win the cup. Sorry, I just like adjusted my bra. I forgot that there was video. The Carolina's my first choice. Second, I think it's the Bruins because one, especially if they play St. Louis, because my spite for people who should not be named is 10 times greater than my hatred for the Bruins. Two, they already can't get the clean sweep because the Celtics lost.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they came so close and can't get it would just be like, Pwah. And also I love how angry people get at Patrick McGillicuddy. Like, Boston
my
parades
God.
are fucking like hilarious on Twitter. Like, that is perfection. That is, so it's Carolina, Boston, San Jose, San Jose, and then St. Louis.
See, I'm
Except, I kind of like the idea of San Jose beating Boston for Joe Thornton.
Joe Thornton.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah. So my thing is that like it's Carolina, Sharks, and then Bruins, and then St. Louis. And I don't
Also,
like,
I hate Jordan
like,
Bennington.
Yeah, fuck Jordan Bennington.
Jordan Bennington is the most boring man in the world. Like, you know, there's the most interesting man in the world. Jordan Bennington is if the opposite of that guy took a Zoloft. Like, he is a dead man.
He has no emotions.
He's a white. He's like,
The slow skate to the center to where all the rest
Like,
of the players are.
I don't. I've never, like, he's not like. Well, he is a shitty person. I'm like, I forgot I had a reason to hate him, but I hated him before I knew that we had a reason to hate him. I just hated him. So I'm like, ugh.
I thought like what he achieved as a player was impressive, but like he's a shitty person, so you hate
He's
him,
also
and he
a
has no
billion
emotions.
years old. He's a bajillion years old, and he's nominated for the Calder Trophy. This is Artemi Panarin all over again. And people are like, when I put this on Twitter, people are like, oh, but Artemi Panarin won. I'm like, you don't think I'm fucking mad about Artemi Panarin when Shane Gostisbehere came in second? You don't think that this is like just piling on that? Like, it's they're hand in hand, bud.
I'm trying to remember if he had a scandal or not.
Who? Jordan Bennington?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said all the
He did?
Yeah, all the things on
Islamophobic
Twitter.
shit.
And like not long ago.
Oh yes, that's what it was. Okay. I thought it was that, but then I was like, wait, no, it was something else, but it was okay. Light bulb.
Ding. What was I thinking? Jordan Bennington, boring. My mind, my
Bruin
train-
scandals.
scandals.
Dude, fuck the Bruins.
See, I actually really like the Bruins, but it's like I
don't want to hear it, Shay. I don't want to hear it.
I like the Bruins like regularly.
I
don't like.
I hate Bruins fans on Tumblr. I don't mind Bruins fans
everywhere.
Bruins fans on Twitter don't really bother me. It's Bruins fans on Tumblr. Then I'm like, fuck you guys.
Oh boy, I like my thing with the Bruins is that like
Can you put middle fingers on YouTube?
You can, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Tana Mojo does it.
Okay. I don't watch enough YouTube to know. Like, let's make sure before I just keep throwing it up.
All right. My thing is that like I like the Bruins regularly. I don't like how they play a lot of the times. I don't like their kind of like aggressive style and just kind of like the overall bordering on dirtiness. And I don't like that the refs are, you know, part of the team. Not a big fan of that.
Did you just say bordering on dirtiness?
Listen.
Shay?
Listen.
Bordering? They are the dirtiest team in the league.
Listen.
Capital T-H-E, Shay.
Okay, the only reason why I say bordering is because I do feel like as dirty as Brad Marchand is, there was a point in time where like he would get called for nothing. And I think there are instances where like people say like, "Oh, that's dirty," and then it wasn't dirty. But for the most part, yeah, that there are some real dirty plays coming out of Boston.
Shay, I want to share with you a take that I heard this week that you're gonna hate.
Hit me.
Whoever beats the Carolina Hurricanes should get to eat Hamilton the pig.
Oh no! No! Oh my god!
Fear not, Shay. He's not an eating pig.
He's not an
just
eating pig. He's too small.
He's a pet pig.
But that was from part of my take this week. I busted out laughing when I heard that, and I was like, as gross as that is and as dark as that is, it's a valid take. If you defeat the pig, you should get to eat the pig. It's like Orange is the New Black, when they're like, I want to eat the chicken that is smarter than all the other chickens and absorb its super chicken brain. Like, if you beat Carolina Hurricanes, you should get to sacrifice their hockey pig to the hockey gods and then eat it.
Oh no!
No.
I just like I need Carolina to go far. I need Carolina to take it all. They deserve this.
But
and also fuck everything.
It would be such a power move if like after the Boston Bruins beat the Carolina Hurricanes, they had like a pig roast the next day.
Oh
like,
god.
Power move.
That would be such a power move. I would like that'd be entertaining to see, but that's not going to happen because fuck you, fuck the Bruins, fuck everything. Carolina Hurricanes are going to win it all. I just cursed them. You know what? I think why they lost the first game is because I wore my Carolina Hurricanes jersey, and the 2 times I've worn it, they've lost. So clearly it's cursed.
But this has literally come down to the Carolina Hurricanes versus Don Cherry.
Yeah.
Because this is Don Cherry's team. This is his ride or die. Sorry. And so, like, if the Boston Bruins win, Don Cherry is going to live forever and be insufferable the entire time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I'm already convinced Don Cherry, like, drinks the blood of young people and is going to outlive me. Like, I've accepted that as fate.
How old is Don Cherry? Don Cherry.
Hey, Siri. How old is Don Cherry?
Don Cherry is 85 years old.
oh,
What?
God. Jesus Christ, why is he still...
Why
That man
retired?
is going to live to be like 142. Like...
Oh.
How is he, like, I'm wondering how he has, like, even survived this long with just how angry he gets all the time and just, like, his fucking stupid salmon sandwich that he eats all the time.
I just had the visual of Don Cherry as Ursula sucking the soul out of Ron McLean. It's like,
Jesus Christ.
Good times.
We're idiots.
That's horrifying.
This podcast has been more, I don't know if it's because we're filming video for the first time or what, but we've been more, like, I don't remember us being so, like, wild with our takes and, like, going off topic with our little tangents than this episode. It's been, like, weeks since we've been like this, months since we've done this.
Are you not entertained? What do you want us to do? Kings versus Boston. No.
Oh my god.
Let's talk fucking Don Cherry. It's gonna live forever. Feeding off of Ron McClane's soul. The Blues beat Dallas. That sucked.
Oh my god, that game.
Ben Bishop deserved better. Jamie Benn scored. He scored. Bennington's fucking pad was in the net. Like, Jamie Benn scored. And I hate both those teams for spite reasons, but I hate the Dallas Stars a little bit less. And so, like, I didn't want either team to move on, but if I had to pick, I wanted it to be Dallas.
Yeah, I lived in Dallas for a while, so I have, like, I love Dallas because of that connection.
Oh, I just think Jamie Benn's hot.
I know. It's either...
T6.
But I do,
that
like,
blue
I love
shirt.
them. I love the characters in that dressing room. And I really like Jim Montgomery. Like, I've followed Monty's career since he was with the Denver Pioneers. And, like, it was such a big bummer to me. And I've never really liked the Blues, so it's just, like, fuck everything. Fuck the Western Conference.
I mean, Patrick Maroon
It's
scoring
fake.
the OT winner after July 1st, calling Doug Armstrong and be like, please let me play here. I want to play for my hometown team. Like, that's good story. Just wish it wasn't St. Louis.
Yeah.
Also, the Boris videos are getting out of control. Have you been watching them still?
I haven't.
I need updates.
So the guy who does them, Young Page Views, he has to, like, he keeps, like, getting more and more extreme each time. They're, like, because, like, Patrick Maroon called and asked to FaceTime with Boris after he scored. Like,
Oh my god.
he's on the Jumbotron, like, it's a whole thing. So, he keeps making the videos more outrageous. This week, he took off his shirt and is, like, swinging, and you just see, he's in, like, swim trunks, and you just see, like, you see the outline of his penis, and it's just, like, flop! And you're like, if they make it to the Stanley Cup final, we're gonna see this dude's penis. Like, straight up. And, like,
this is the only...
He said on radio, he's like, I think I'm gonna have to show my dick.
Oh my god.
He's like, I don't think I have a choice.
See, I'm not interested in the Blues, and I'm not interested in dicks, clearly. But I, like, you know, you don't hate to see it. You don't hate to see it.
Oh, the Blues Dallas, that was the most boring Game 7 OT ever. Like, the whole game was just so boring.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, nothing is happening. Why am I watching this? I took a nap in the middle. Like, I took a nap. I slept through the third period. Like, I was like, the Blues are going to win because Dallas had 3 shots on goal in 2 periods.
Yeah.
And
that was
they
bad.
had, what, like 30-something, the Blues?
It was
it like 3-30?
It was fucking crazy. Like, the fact that Dallas almost won that game is, like, just give Ben Bishop the Vezina. Like,
Yeah.
I know you already voted, but, like, give Ben Bishop the Vezina.
Ben Bishop definitely deserved it after that performance. Like, he was the only one playing that game.
It was fucking insane. Oh, and then people are mad online that the broadcast didn't talk enough about the Stars. You had 3 shots
was
in
there to
2
talk
periods! Like,
Yeah.
what, were they going to talk about zone exits? Like, I don't understand what you want from them.
Look at that crisp zone exit.
He took that, he had possession over that puck. Like, what the fuck?
You can talk about hockey how I do, like, wow, look at those edges. Those are some nice edges. That turn, deep.
Like, Rupe, very fast. Oh, look, they didn't shoot it, and now St. Louis has it going the other way. Like,
Oh, wow, he went zoom.
I don't know what you want from them. Like, they're only humans. They're like, they even have a Dallas player on there. If the Dallas ex-player is not talking about it, that means there is nothing to fucking talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Oh,
there's
boy.
only so many times you can say, like, Miro Heiskanen is good. Like, nothing is happening.
Miro Heiskanen is crazy good.
Fantastic.
Extremely snubbed for the Calder.
I mean, for the nomination. I was like, he
Yeah.
never had a chance in the Calder. Elias
Yeah, I
Pettersson
know.
has had it since, like, the first day. Like,
Snubbed for the
Elias,
nominee, yeah.
who had it quicker? Austin Matthews after his 4-goal performance against the Senators to open the season? Or Elias Pettersson when there was no other standout rookie this year, like, going into the season? Like, I think Elias Pettersson had the Calder wrapped up during preseason.
Yeah. That's valid.
Like, who had the Calder, who won the Calder faster? It's a good question. Like, Elias Pettersson or Austin Matthews?
That's a fair question. That's something that you should, like, just ask our listeners.
I'm asking you guys now.
Well, we
No,
we
I'm
agree
asking
with you.
I'm asking the listeners
Oh, okay.
now, not you. I'm asking the listeners now. Tweet us. Who won the Calder faster? Austin Matthews or Elias Pettersson? And I mean, the real answer is Connor McDavid, and then he lost it.
Oh, yeah.
Connor McDavid had it before he was even drafted, and then Brandon Manning broke his collarbone and he lost it. But, like, he played 40 games and still got nominated. He
Yeah.
played the first 40 games and still got nominated.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter. It's fine. That was Shane Gostisbehere's Calder. Fight me. The Penguins have, or the Pagulas. I can't fucking read.
Yeah, I was like, where are you
I'm
talking about the
sitting-
Penguins?
I'm sitting very far back from my computer, and I just see PEG, and that's not how you spell penguins. But whatever.
Penguins.
Jesus Christ.
The Pagulas have severed their relationship with the NWHL. The Buffalo Beauts are now back under the control of the NWHL. I mean, nothing's happening this year anyway, but this is just kind of a blow because the Buffalo Beauts were the only team that were were being managed similarly to a men's team.
Yeah, they were the kind of the gold standard for women's hockey and how you want to see women's hockey managed, because the Pagulas did have control of the Buffalo Sabres, so they got to use all of the resources that the Buffalo Sabres got. They had better, like their gear was better, everything was better, and the fact that that relationship is done is sad to see. And I don't know if it would have happened if they didn't have this this protest going on. They don't want to call it a boycott. It is more of a protest, but at the same time, it's like it's necessary, and it's so complicated. It's such a huge mess.
And I mean, the Pagulas own like every sports team in Buffalo.
Yeah.
If you were going to be spending money this year, and like, you know that you will be probably taking a loss on women's team every year. You know that.
Yeah.
But to put in money and to get absolutely zero product back this year, it doesn't, like, Kim Pagula is a business person. Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to spend that money. The Pagulas are so fucking smart. Like, it's not worth it to them. Even when it does come back, it's not monetarily worth it. And, like, it sucks, and you know that they would rather do this. Like, they would rather have the team. But, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the NWHL gets restructured, if women's hockey gets restructured, if they'll go back and take ownership of it again.
Probably.
It feels very likely that would happen, and I feel like they would continue to be the gold standard for setting that precedence. But I think now, until, like, the NHL takes a stand, until it becomes more of a sustainable system like the WNBA, then you're not going to see that happen, and that's just a shame to see.
I just love Kim Pagula. I want
do
to
too.
be her when I grow up.
Same.
I just wanted that out there.
The
Canada.
Pagulas in
necessary
general,
to say.
they're very great with like just their management in general, but at the same time it's like they're just great people. Like, they stand up for a lot of great causes, and you like to see people like that continue to own teams and to show their support for things like women's hockey that need to grow in that game.
Yeah.
Also, like, low-key, I just want to go be a part of Bill's Mafia. Like, just for
What?
just for one day. You don't want to go be part of Bill's Mafia for one day?
That's fair.
Oh, for one day, for sure.
Like,
Come to the road
I
trip.
would never give up my Eagles fandom. Never in a million years. One day, I would like to go be a part of Bill's Mafia.
That's fair.
Would you break a table?
I would not, but I would like to videotape other people breaking tables.
Okay, come on through. Pick me up on the way.
Would you set the table on fire though?
Yes, you have to. If your table's not on fire, you're a pussy.
You're calling out every Buffalo fan that's never set a table on fire.
If there is not a chance that you will die, you're a pussy. You're not a real Buffalo fan. You're not Buffalo tough.
You're a buffalo. You're not a buffalo.
You're not Buffalo. Christ.
I need a nap.
We all need naps. Have you listened to the show?
Guys, I was up, like, I slept 3 hours, and I think it was the perfect amount of sleep for this
Me
podcast.
too.
I was literally up just, like, watching drama videos over the James Charles situation. Also, the memes are
was
good.
up- Oh, yeah. I
I don't understand
reading
any of the memes
even
because I
more
don't know anything.
I'll send you just enough details to, like, to understand. Especially,
Okay.
like, he was inappropriate at a birthday party that she held, and so there's this meme going around that it's like, you know, the guy with the kid with the popsicle that's like, my favorite flavor popsicle is sucking dick, is
Yeah.
cock or something like
Yeah.
that, and they're putting that because he was saying like sexually explicit things about the waiter, and she had to call up everyone and apologize for his behavior, and it's just like, you know, what was he saying?
This is
bud?
why you need to hate your children.
Yeah.
Like,
God.
This is why you need to hate your children. Vladimir Putin is an unstoppable force of nature on skates.
Oh my god, I thought this was a joke when I first saw a video of the tweet, and I was like, there's no way this guy must just have, like, the same name. No!
Did you see Mike Grinnell is trying to get assassinated?
No.
Mike Grinnell, for people who don't know, is the producer on Spit and Chicklets, and he runs their social media. And he posted a video after the game. Vladimir Putin does a lap around the ice to like wave at everybody because he's Vladimir Putin, and he's like looking up, and doesn't notice that there's a carpet laid out, and just face plants, and you see all the other old Russian guys like rush to his side, like oh
my
shit,
my
like,
God.
and Grinnell put it on the internet, and Biz is like, all right, I do not condone this. Bye, Grinnell. Nice knowing you.
Brunello just can't. He cannot accept tea with Russians for like a significant amount of time. Just never, ever again in his future, he will never be able to go out to lunch with anyone that's Russian.
I just like,
Oh.
they don't show like footage of Donald Trump golfing, but I'm like, I
Yeah.
have to feel like it's a very similar experience to like playing hockey with Vladimir Putin.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Tiger Woods goes out to golf with Donald Trump, and he makes sure that he scores like 2 more. Like, you make sure that like Donald Trump is just better than you, so he feels like it's a competition.
Fun fact, Mike Grinnell and I went to the same college. Just
Well,
as a random fun fact.
I don't know if that's an association you want. You don't want Putin coming
Yeah.
after you.
Let's not get the Russians on our asses.
Let's not
Actually,
like.
just kidding. That's my take for next week, or my roundtable topic. I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh God.
Jesus fuck.
I'm worried that like Alex is just gonna sip some plutonium tea soon. Jesus Christ.
Okay, if you were to be assassinated by a dictator, which of their ways would you want to go? Like, I'm just thinking, there's like the Vladimir Putin poison. There's the Kim Jong-il fed to your dogs. There's the Kim Jong-un like drone attack.
Was Mussolini head chopping often?
Maybe there was the Kim Jong-un had the model assassin spit the poison into his brother's mouth.
Oh God.
Like, one guy, like, I think it was Kim Jong-un, like, did it like a Ramsay Bolton and fed a guy to his dogs.
Oh my God.
Like, there have been some top-notch assassinations in, like, the past couple of years. Like, some straight up power moves.
Mussolini.
I honestly, I don't know. I feel like because I know the tea thing, there's like something classy about it, but at the same time, like that poisoning takes days.
I want drone attack. Take me out quick. Spend a shit ton of money on me. Like, and like you can't cover that shit up. Like
That's
everybody
fair,
knows
yeah.
you just murdered me. That's how important I am. Like, I'm going drone attack.
I want to be assassinated a sexy way, some way that's sexy for
A
sure.
drone attack is so
Same.
sexy.
No, I want something that's like, you know what? No, I take it back. I want something that's very weird and that's gonna be on like conspiracy blogs for a while. You know, something that like something happened. It's very strange circumstances. You don't know if it was a dictatorship that assassinated me or aliens. I want something like that.
Well, okay, so there's a difference in how I want to get murdered and how I want to get assassinated. Like, assassinated has, like, political, like, things to it.
Yeah.
If I'm getting murdered, I want to be murdered in a sexy way. Like, I'm trying to think of a good one from, like, Game of Thrones.
It's rough.
No, like, no, I can't say that. Never mind, I'm gonna keep it moving. I can't say that.
Okay. All right. The one last thing about Putin is that the like I want to applaud that goalie for the sheer athleticism, not of of trying to let him score goals, because I feel like it was harder to like let him score a goal than it was to actually stop the puck. And it was like that clip they showed, he like did like a little bit of an acrobatic movement to let Putin score that goal.
Slick
Yeah.
lift up.
Yeah, exactly.
Think they're awake.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
No, she went back to sleep. The IAHF World Prelims have begun. Okay, there was games, and then there's prelims, and then there's the tournament part, correct?
Yes.
I'm so confused about what the fuck is
Okay,
happening.
It
I
just
saw a
started.
tweet
It started
that said like the USA,
yesterday.
Sweden, and like someone else are already out in like however many days until their next 82-day run until.
No, it was a
again.
sarcastic
I'm
tweet
so
from Pete
confused.
Blackburn. It was a sarcastic tweet from Pete
okay, it
Blackburn.
was him?
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I was half asleep when I read that too, and I was like, I don't get it.
They
I'm
lost, and he
confused.
was like, good thing there's 81 more games.
Dude, did you see that sick pass from, I don't know if this is on the dock because I'm holding a dog at the moment, but did you see that pass from Elias Pettersson to Willie?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sex. Pure sex right there.
Capo Keiko already has 2 goals.
Love that.
One of them was an empty net goal, but he did open up scoring, and it was against Canada. So
You
it
know
was-
what
it was
I
good
wouldn't
shit.
hate? What I really
If you
wouldn't
went
hate
first.
What?
is the Devils fucking up again and taking Capo Keiko over Jack Hughes. Because then Jack Hughes
The
wouldn't...
ice cream truck! Sorry.
I hear it! I hear it! Because then Jack Hughes wouldn't be in Jersey. He'd be at Madison Square Garden, and I would be more likely to go see him at Madison Square Garden than I would be in Jersey. Especially if I go to grad school at NYU, and then I'll just buy Rangers season tickets and be Jack
You know-
Hughes' number 1 fan.
I was thinking
like,
that
let me be your
actually
mom.
last night. When I saw like or heard about like something, his name, I don't even know. But I was like, I wouldn't mind if he was drafted by the Rangers, because that's just even closer to me.
Yeah.
Then I already have a Rangers jersey. I don't have to do anything. I don't have a Devils anything.
I would never be any sort of Devils fan. Like I would love Jack Hughes, but I would never like cheer for the Devils. I would tolerate the Rangers. I hate the Rangers, mind you. Like Flyers and Rangers don't get along, but I would appreciate the fact that he is going to a great storied franchise way more than I would that team in fucking Trenton.
See, the thing is that I don't know if I like the Devils. No, I don't like the Devils, but I don't know.
The Devils
if I'm
are such a
more
non-factor
sympathetic.
that they don't deserve Capo Keiko. Like, the Devils are becoming the Oilers, where it's like, you don't deserve all of these great players. Like,
That's
you're not
fair.
going to do anything with them.
The thing is that, like, I have so much Devils gear because the one thrift store that I go to that only has, like, Devils and Flyers gear, that, like, it makes me want to be a Devils fan.
Just be a
There was
Flyers
one time in
fan.
my life
No.
that I was like, should I be a Devils
I
fan?
said
And
there's a
then
Flyers
I was
hat, like,
never
right
mind.
there.
There's also a Devils hat right there.
Yeah, there's, like, 5 of them there.
And a Vancouver hat.
Yeah.
Brock Besser, hit me up.
Also, I'm wearing my For Puck's Sake t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So cute.
Oh, I'm wearing, since we're talking Worlds, I'm wearing Team North America. What up?
I was wondering what that was. At first I was like, are you wearing one of those, like, what are those, compression shirts that go into hockey gear?
No, it's just a women's jersey. So it's like a little bit more form-fitting. But that was...
Ew.
That was
Everybody on
pretty
YouTube
cool.
just saw me smell my
A
piss.
loop.
Oh, I also have a USA Hockey hat right here. I have so much gear on me.
Russia's off to a really hot start. USA and Canada,
Sexy.
not so much.
No. I'm excited about Russia just because it seems like Russia is the new Florida Panthers.
Okay, let's talk about that. Because it's not on the doc, but you talked about it a little bit on Who Scored last night. The
Yeah.
rumor that Bobrovsky has already has a gentleman's agreement to go to the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, and Panarin might have a similar agreement. And it's, I have mixed feelings.
This is the ultimate, like, bitch we've been known.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knew this was coming. They tried to, like, convince them to stay with, like, the addition of Matt Duchene and Ryan DeZingle, but those guys are probably going too. Matt Duchene to the Flyers, not really, but I hope. But, like, it just, like, everybody knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Like, you thought maybe it'd be Tampa, but Tampa really, like, doesn't have a place for them.
Doesn't have the
And-
cap space, doesn't
Yeah.
have, like, the roster spots. It's
Especially
just
not for
feasible.
Bob.
Like, we talked a little bit about, like, oh, maybe the Flyers or maybe the Rangers, but it really
Well, Bob was
seemed-
never going to be a Flyer again.
Yeah, and it just never seemed likely. Like, it seemed like they were going to come to Florida. I don't know if it's because there were these rumors the whole time, or they just really like that, like, South Beach lifestyle.
And Q helps.
Yeah, and it's just, like...
Especially because Artemi Panarin played for Q. He won a cup with Q.
Yeah.
And then he
So,
can
like,
go to Bob and be like, look what he did for Corey Crawford. Like, Corey Crawford is bad at hockey, and he won 3 cups with Q.
yeah,
Like, you're good at
exactly.
hockey.
So, like, on the one hand, I'm excited about that aspect. I'm excited about the on-ice production. But, like, I'm a little shaky on, like, how Bobrovsky's going to play. I'm a little shaky on just Panarin in general. And I'm shaky on it because
Shay.
there's just so much, like, what? What?
Oh, you froze.
Oh, okay. Oh, my God. All right, so I'm shaky on it because, like, there's just that, like, the whole mess of the situation. I don't like that. I don't like how the situation was handled in CBJ, and I don't like seeing that going towards my locker room. And I feel like my hesitations, while I do have some on-ice hesitations, it's mostly exciting because they are great players and they have their merits. But it's just, you don't know if Bob's gonna continue and have a similar season to what he had this season, where he didn't start off that great and he had those low points. And you don't know if that, like, I don't want to sign a goalie for that long if he's on the tail end of, like, his downswing, you know?
Well, I mean, you have Roberto Luongo, who has technically been on the tail end for the past 5
Yeah.
years.
And
And,
I don't
like-
want to continue that.
True. I feel like it's kind of 6 and 1, half a dozen of another with the two of them. And,
Yeah.
like, they're both such good goalies that, like, if one is down, the other one will be fine.
That's fair.
Like,
It's also-
you have a great goalie situation when your backup is Roberto Luongo.
That's fair. And the thing is, we don't even know if Roberto Luongo is coming back. I really hope so. I would like to see him in a backup situation because he can, when he plays only a few games, he can still be that Roberto Luongo that we know and love. He just can't sustain that amount of games anymore as a starter.
All right. Do we want to take a quick break and then come back with segments?
Yes.
All right. And we're back. We've got segments now. Shay's moved around. We had some technical difficulties, so a big chunk of the video podcast is now missing. We're sorry. But you'll go to the other one and give us double the listens, because you'll have to catch that middle part. We've got 2 segments this week. First up is First Time, Long Time. We've got a text and a voicemail this week. It's very exciting stuff. I had to download the app, so it's being a little bitch. Alright, we've got one text. You guys are awesome. Give Gabby's doggos all the kisses.
Aww.
I will give them all the kisses when they come back inside. They are outside now. I put them out over the break because they woke up from their nap. So now it's pishy time. They have to go outside. But thank you for the compliment.
Love you.
We try.
Love you. XOXO.
Love you.
Gossip Girl.
Also, while we're on that note, I want to give a quick shout out to the listener that reached out to me and told me that they love the podcast and was really happy that we're both Brazilian, because apparently I don't mention it enough that I'm Brazilian on here. So yeah, love you. Thank you.
Alright, and then here's our very first voicemail.
The Publix chicken tender sub is trash.
You fucking asshole, insulting Florida like that. A Florida delicacy that is the Publix chicken tender pub sub. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I don't know enough about Publix chicken tender sub because I am not from Florida. But I will say there is one thing in Florida that is absolutely nasty and I refuse to consume it.
What is it?
Zephyrillis water bottles.
Oh, yeah,
water.
those are bad.
Those are swamp water. And every year we used to go down to Florida for a week for spring break for softball. Mm-hmm. And our coach would just buy Zephyrillis water because it's the cheapest one. And we'd be like, it's 90 degrees and we're dying, but I refuse to drink this goddamn water. He would put it in an ice cooler, and we would put the cooler on the bench and lie down under the bench and just drink the melted ice.
Oh my god. Also, it's called Zephyr Hills. Not Zephyr Hills.
Do you know how many fucking letters are in that?
Yeah, I know.
For 1 week a year. Like,
yeah, I know, that's fair. And it honestly is bad. Like, you know, I love sparkling water, seltzer water, whatever you want to call it. I love that. And I love any kind that I've tried except for the Zephyr Hills one. They put like this artificial sweetener that you can taste. Ew. Like, it's so bad. It leaves that
water. Like, you know, in Waterboy, I just said Waterboy.
Water ice.
You know, in the Waterboy, when Kathy Bates' character has the big fan and she's like trying to get to the football game, like the big fan boat?
Yeah.
So they dump a bucket in there and then they pour it in bottles, and that's Zephyr Hills.
That's, you know what? That's not wrong. You're completely not wrong.
It's disgusting. I don't know enough about the sandwich. I feel like they're trolling you.
Yeah.
But I have a real gripe with that water company. Disgusting. You can bleach your water. Thank you. I will. You can gladly poison the earth to get me clean water in a water bottle.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm on a whole kick right now about people who buy metal straws. Because, one, like, you're not fucking doing anything. Two, 90% of the 90% of the pollution is done by 10% of companies.
Yeah. So
it's like, you buying your fucking metal straw and complaining about me using a plastic one isn't fucking doing anything. And if you tell me to goddamn buy a plastic lid from Starbucks, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna gouge your eye out with my straw. Like,
with my plastic straw.
With my plastic straw, I will gouge your eye out if you give me a hard time because you have one of those nitro lids. That's more plastic, dumbass!
Dude, I saw that tweet. I lost my goddamn mind. Like, imagine just the sheer, like, disconnect from reality to, like, promote, like, oh, don't use straws, get the nitro lid, when it's fucking Jesus Christ, dude. Your whole cup. Take a reusable cup if you care about the environment that much. Don't fucking promote more plastic.
How about they were driving a GMC Escalade? That gets like 4 miles to the gallon.
Jesus Christ.
Like, think for one goddamn second, if you were not driving a car that you are actually running underneath, like Barney Flintstone, Fred Flintstone, Barney's the neighbor, like Fred Flintstone, I don't give a fuck what you have to say about the entire environment.
Oh my god.
Like, I get it, the polar caps are melting, blah, blah, blah. There is nothing that I can do. No changes I make in my life are gonna matter.
They matter if, like, large amounts of people buy into it. And I get that much, but the point is, like, it's not really our responsibility if we're not the ones causing the majority of the pollution.
Also, it was one straw and one turtle. Like, there is no data saying that, like, 75% of turtles get straw stuck in their nose. It was one goddamn idiot turtle. Like, that turtle was doing cocaine, it snorted too hard, it got the straw lodged up there. Kids get shit stuck in their noses all the time.
This reminds me of the turtle of, like, did you see, like, they found a whole bunch of cocaine strapped to sea turtles?
Oh my god, yes.
Off the coast of Miami? It was one of those turtles. It was the turtle that, like, got away.
Yeah. He was getting high on his own supply.
Oh my god.
This is very much troll Gabby, and I do very much care about the environment. I just, like, don't fucking lecture me. Like, recycling is a hoax. It doesn't get done. Like, there is nothing I can do in my life as, like, a single human being that will make a difference. It has to do with the governments and putting taxes on large corporations if we want to survive. By the way, we're all going to die one day anyway. Our children will never see the planet. It doesn't matter what we do. There's going to be no penguins. It's all fine.
See, like, this is I uncovered the whole crux of this is just that Gabby hates the pens, and so now she wants to exterminate actual penguins now.
That has nothing to do with
this is confirmed. You guys can clip it, record it, share it around.
This is the Anti-Pens podcast.
No.
The hockey team and the bird.
Oh no.
Oh my god. This is why people don't like us, Gabby.
People love us. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's fair. It's like
the people that are going to hate us were going to hate us anyway, and we probably wouldn't like them either.
That's fair. That's really fair.
Like, would we allow them on the podcast?
But that is
probably not. Like I said, would we allow them on the podcast? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
Let's go to A Pot of Ice and Fire. I was about to sing the theme song, and then in my head I realized it was the Harry Potter theme.
Oh my god!
My head just went do 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 do.
I've been singing some song, like I've been humming it. I don't know what song it is, but then I realized that it slowly, like in my mind, turns into the Game of Thrones theme song, and now I'm pissed because I can't figure out what fucking song it is. And I'm just like, oh. Fine, it's just Game of Thrones.
I can't think of the Game of Thrones theme now. Alright. We've got the fallout from the Battle of Winterfell. Guys, this was a Game of Thrones episode. I don't like battle episodes. I like to see everybody plotting against one another. This had the makings of a fantastic episode, and it was mediocre.
It just didn't deliver.
They half-assed it.
They clearly did not get pucks in deep.
That's
what they needed to do, and they didn't do it.
They don't care about the season. No. They're just trying to get through it.
Yeah.
And it's getting really, really frustrating as a viewer.
Yeah.
Because there were so many great moments that would have been fantastic that they would have shown earlier in the show that they just skipped over. Like, Sansa and Arya finding out that Jon isn't a Stark. Yeah. Tyrion finding out that he's there were so many moments that they just didn't give us that, you're ruining the fucking show. Like, I'm sorry. I don't fucking need to see, they spent 20 minutes on a dragon date in the first episode. Yeah. But they can't give us Sansa and Arya finding out that their brother, who they've worshipped for their whole life and they spent, the past 5 years trying to find and defend, isn't their brother. And finding out that this queen that they hate isn't the actual heir. that was a giant moment that we should have seen, and instead they just like switched to Jamie and Brienne hooking up, which we'll get to. But I just
pissed about it. How did
I was mad.
Like, the thing that we like about Game of Thrones is that they have a unique way of being able to do that. They've done that in the past season. Like, they have that unique way of being able to show these big moments and, like, deliver on them. And this is not the way that they used to do this. This is not the way... Like, it's not the great writing you want to see, you know?
This isn't Thrones. Like, this is not Game of Thrones. This is some guy decided to end Game... Like, this is, like... Okay, I know it's the same showrunners, but it seems like they switched showrunners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the obvious divide between, like, the end of Season 4 and Season 5, 6, 7, when they ran out of George R.R. Martin material. And that's fine. You have to, like, come up with it on your own. It's not going to be as good. But this season has just been so disappointing. It seems like somebody else has completely taken over. They've changed the storylines, you haven't... I think maybe if they had had more episodes in Season 7 and even Season 8, you would have seen this progression of Dany. But, like, Dany's gone insane, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And now everyone wants
they're
her dead.
Everybody wants her dead, and I'm like, there is no, like, all that happened is a man showed up.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe that is it. Maybe all they needed was, like, a man to be the rightful heir, and everybody would have done this anyway, but they don't explain that. Instead, they have Dany going crazy and being the Mad Queen and whatever. And it's just like, this is so weird and out of nowhere, and I see what you were trying to do, but you did it so shittily that I'm upset.
Yeah.
Because they could have gone with this arc if they just put a little bit more thought and consideration into how to create Dany going that way, instead of the way that they did, which is just, like, making it into any other kind of CW show, you know?
Yeah. And, like, you kind of saw at the beginning of Season 7 when she was like, bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee. Looking back, you kind of see it when she's in Marine and she refuses to yield at any point.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of see these hints of tyranny. Tyranny. Tyranny?
Yeah.
These hints of tyranny, like, earlier in, like, the show, but it's only upon going back. Like, you never would have seen this coming. There were no hints at it, so this really seems out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they had enough material to build up on that. Like, they had enough of, like, the downfall of, like, that sort of, what people criticized was the white savior, you know? Like, there was enough of that, like, crumbling apart to go through it naturally. But they didn't put a little more effort into, like, the then and now, that it just looks bad. It looks really bad.
Yeah. Alright, do we want to dive into the notes and go scene by scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, we start off with Daenerys leaning over Jorah Mormont and basically telling her that telling him that she loves him. Which is cute, but, like, too little too late, Dany. Come on.
Yeah.
Theon died a Stark. He was burned to Stark. He had the wolf on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
my
was really
heart.
important.
I cried again at that scene.
Oh, yeah.
I will always cry over Theon Greyjoy.
Then you got to see Ghost. You knew Ghost was alive. That was exciting for a short second.
For a very short
And
second.
then, Dany's a fucking idiot. Like, right off the top of the episode, Dany's a goddamn idiot. If you're the queen and you're trying to mark your way as queen, why do you let Jon give the eulogy?
Yeah.
You dumb bitch.
I felt like that was appropriate, though, because it wasn't... part of them were her people, and she should have given her, like, it should have been 2 speeches, you know? Should have been 2 eulogies. It shouldn't have been,
Well, yeah,
she
even
should have...
that, because then it would have been the North and her people, but this was, Jon is king, Jon is leader.
Yeah.
Dany, you dumb bitch. I have a lot of Dany, you dumb bitch in here.
Yeah.
Just, this episode Dany was very much a dumb bitch.
That should have been the title of the episode.
That should be the title of our episode.
Dany, you dumb bitch.
Dany, you dumb bitch. But we don't get to pick. Then we go to the feast afterwards. Everybody's celebrating. Gendry's literal first thought is Arya. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
The Hound calling him out, just being like, "You wanna get it in?" like, the Hound and Arya are like one of they're like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Like, they are one of the greatest TV duos of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to think of like other like they're like Batman and Robin, like it's not Gendry, it's the Hound and Arya, fucking fantastic. He's like her pseudo dad, like he kind of raised her into being a badass. It's just kind of fucking awesome. Then Dany has her first smart move where she gives Gendry a lordship so that he doesn't try and become king. Which is all Gendry's ever wanted. You remember like earlier, he's always wanted to be worthy. He always like called Arya Milady, like always saw himself as more down. So this is all he's ever wanted. I do an arrow. He's totally gonna die.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure.
I think. This is jumping the gun a little, but I think he and Arya are both gonna die. They're gonna die together, and that's how they end it.
I don't want that, but
it's gonna
I
happen.
can't.
Just because you don't want it, it's going to happen.
I really think Arya's gonna die.
Yeah, I'm full force
And I think,
like on that, not on the train, but I really think in my heart of hearts, like she is going to die. There's no way that Arya is going to live.
Yeah, I really feel like Arya's gonna die, and I feel like Gendry is gonna find out and then soon die after. Like I don't think they die protecting each other. I don't think they have more interactions this season, but I really do think that her death influences his death.
Do you think that it's going to be a what was Joffrey's little brother's name?
Tommen.
But a him situation where he kills himself?
No.
No?
I don't. I think that I don't. I just think that like he'll get distracted and miss something, and then boom.
Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense.
Or he sees her die while he's mourning that. Boom, spear in the back. Like
something like that.
Because like she is his only family. Which I will be upset about that later. Sansa and Tyrion had some sort of conversation. Don't remember what it was. I just wrote Sansa and Tyrion totally gonna fuck. Which, the more they interact, I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because like he was so kind to her in the beginning. She's got a soft spot for him, and now he's always had a soft spot for her. Like always looked at her with admiration. Always thought she was clever. All that stuff. So I really think. I'm gonna come back to that.
He knew Sansa Stark before Sansa Stark knew herself.
Yeah, but I have a little star there for my end of show predictions.
Boy.
Then you had cute Jaime and Brienne moments. That like you were building. You kind of saw it coming, but it was exciting. It was like one last ship. You're like, yay!
Yeah.
Davos and I share one brain. When he was talking about, I wanted to murder her so bad, the Red Woman, and then she killed herself, and I was disappointed.
Me.
I was like, wow, Davos and I are the same. Which there are so many times during the show that I was like, wow, I really resonate with Sir Davos. This was one of them. Like, when he just didn't believe in the religion, he's like, why the fuck am I in this cult? He's like, I'm in this cult, I don't believe it, but I can't leave. That's the situation I would end up in.
Yeah, he's such a relatable character because he's such a, he's a voice of reason in the most unexpected way, you know?
Yeah.
He's that character, if you ever saw a character that would break the fourth wall, it'd be, his type of character, you know?
Davos is the Jim Halpert of Westeros. Bran is so fucking weird.
Oh,
I don't remember what he was doing.
He said something. What did he say? He said something so weird, and I was just like, what the hell are you doing talking?
Bran is the most underutilized character in this entire series for how important he was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, they built up Bran is the key, Bran is the key, Bran is the key. Nobody is fucking using him. Like, he could have died and it would make no difference.
Nope. Like, no one would be like, oh, damn it, there was our get ahead. Like, they'd just be like, oh, rip Bran.
Yeah. Which, my whole, the underusage of Bran, I will complain about later as well.
Oh, yes.
But Bran, I think it's Bran's own fault that nobody is using Bran, because nobody wants to go up and talk to Bran.
That makes sense, because Bran is you can't have a normal conversation with him. You can't talk to that man.
No.
He's so fucking weird. It's
if he just acted like a normal human being, people would be like, hey, Bran, does Euron have 10,000 ships over there? And he'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, cool, bro, we won't do that. Instead, he's like, do you want to know how you die?
I'm
While I
just like,
stare at you? And people are
no.
like, I'll take my chances that maybe there's ships around that corner.
He
Yeah.
is a very, like, I watch you while you sleep type person, and that's
Yeah.
no one wants to talk to.
What is it? Edward, what the fuck is their last name? In
What?
Twilight. No.
Oh,
it's
Alice.
Stark. Cullen.
Alice, what's
No,
it called? Cullen.
He's Edward Stark. Edward Cullen
Stark.
from...
Edward
Edward Stark is someone new, someone different. He's not Edward Stark. I can't think. He's Edward Cullen. Where it's just like, why are you speaking like this?
What?
Do you know what I am? Say it. Out loud.
Jesus Christ.
That's Bran. The three-eyed raven.
Oh my god.
Your stare is ice cold. I cracked myself up.
I feel like that's fucking you touch if Bran, like the way he behaves, it's like one of those people that you touch and they're really clammy.
Yeah.
Yes!
Have you guys watched 30 Rock?
No.
No.
Vaguely.
In season 1, Alec Baldwin's character takes Tina Fey's character to a Prince of Austria's dinner, and the prince is so inbred that he's like in a wheelchair. He's like falling apart. He's like 25 and he like looks like a decrepit old man, and that's what I pictured Bran Stark.
God.
For anybody who knows the reference, that is spot on. It's obscure, but it is spot on.
Oh, no.
Oh, they were like cheering Arya as a hero. I would love like a scene when they are like walking down, like Arya and the Hound, of like somebody like maybe they come across like Hot Pie and like the people are like singing the song that they've written about Arya, because in the books the songs were such a big part of Arya's story.
Yeah.
Like the traveling songs, which you don't really get in the show, but in the books they're a big part. And I would love to like have that full moment come around where it's like, here's like a story, here's the song about Arya.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd
that would have
be
been
fun.
really good.
Oh, and then you had that cute drinking game. I just read Jamie and Brienne.
Oh, yeah.
Then you had everybody, all the wildlings and the men of the north, like praising Jon as the hero, even though Jon did shit.
He
Oh,
did
yeah.
jack shit.
Jon was so bad in that battle, and they're like, "Oh, you're such a good leader," and Dany looked like she was going to commit murder.
Yeah, my God, when Jon turned around, that like tight-lipped smile, and then he turned back around, she was like instant bitch face.
That was the smile when you've
Whoa.
been ready to go home for half an hour and your boyfriend won't leave a party.
Yeah.
That's that face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like, this is not gonna
That's
be...
the-
Have fun now, because the rest of your week is gonna be miserable.
Yeah. That's exactly that smile. That's the smile you get when you're just like, you know your partner is like drawing out that moment because they know that the moment you're alone, you're fucking dead, bruh. You're a goner.
Like, I'm peachy, I'm great. Why would you think anything was wrong? That kind of,
I'm fine. I'm fine.
That was so good,
think
Alex.
anything's wrong.
That was her I'm fine face.
Yes.
Then you had Brienne choose Jaime over Tormund. Brienne leaves and Jaime follows her, and Tormund's like, "Oh, she'll never love me. No girl will ever love me."
The tearing
Tormund,
up.
you giant ginger fridge, I will love you.
Oh, when he was tearing up and the Hound was just like, fuck off.
The Hound is like, "Here, take a prostitute," and Tormund was like, "Okay," which was such a
Well, wait,
like.
what was the quote? The quote was like, oh, I wish I could remember. He was like,
It was
well, I guess
good.
we gotta do something while we're here or something. I don't know, but it was a great quote.
No, the greatest line was, "Which of you cowards shit in my pants?" Fantastic line. Then I have Jaime loves her. She and Jaime are totally gonna fuck.
Oh,
Sansa. Then you have Sansa being a bad bitch. I don't remember why.
She's just always a bad bitch.
She's just always a bad bitch. she and Daenerys have a conversation.
Oh yeah,
I forget
yeah.
what it is. But basically, like, Daenerys is like ready to go, and Sansa's like, "What the fuck are you doing? No, stop."
Yeah.
Oh
Was this
yeah,
the
I remember what it
dragons
is.
need to rest, or the
The
people
every
need to
the
rest?
people need to rest.
Yeah.
I think.
No, that's later.
Oh,
Later.
okay.
That's in their strategy meeting.
Oh no, yeah, that's the private conversation that they had in like the hallway or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I do not
I
remember.
don't
what was
totally
said.
remember it, but I remember Sansa being a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you have the heartbreaking 2 minutes of Gendry going to find Arya.
Oh.
And I just go, did I call this or what? Oh no, she's gonna break him. No, she broke him.
I
Oh,
tweeted in
no.
all caps. I was like, Arya, don't do it. Don't say no. Even though everyone knows she was good.
And, okay, this is another one that was done so shittily because Gendry never would have done this.
Mm-hmm.
The Gendry of the past knows Arya, knows what she wants, knows what she's like, never would have done it like this.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been that, like, randomly informal. She was out there shooting bows and arrows, and he just, like, walked
No,
up to her. Like,
that was fine because that was kind of who they were. They were always informal. They were always in the dirt. That was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's the do you want to be my lady and run my house?
Yeah.
No.
And like the only part I really liked was just her being like, no, I'm an assassin. I'm not a lady. Because like
That's not who I am.
Yeah.
That's never been who she is.
But that's
And Gendry knew that.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like, Gendry was there when she formed the list. He knows all, like, Gendry never, the Gendry of seasons 1 through 4, 2 through 4, never would have done this. And it's this crappy, half-assed writing. They're trying to wrap up all these storylines real quick. They're trying to wrap up Gendry, and they just have her rip his heart out for no reason. Like, this never would have happened. I've been reading a lot of fan fiction where they do it a lot better. Because this made me so angry. I was like, I need a better ending for Arya and Gendry. Game of Thrones fan fiction, if you go to the right couples, is fucking amazing. If you go to the wrong couples, like Dany and Jon is gonna be so flooded. But like, I've never been into like main couple fan fiction.
yeah.
I've always been into like the side couples, like Remus and Tonks have a lot of good ones. Like, but like the Arya Gendry fan fiction is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This is such a nerdy thing I'm talking about right now. but-
I haven't like read a fan fiction in a hot minute, and I'm
Neither
now
have I.
tempted.
I really don't, except I was so mad about this. I was like, I need somebody who did it better.
I think that's the mark of like a good fan fiction is just when you're watching a show that they fucked everything up and you need to write it better.
That's when I use fanfiction. I use it for Arya and Gendry, and I used it for Veep, Dan, and Amy. They totally fucked up on the show, and I was like, I need better. Then it switched to Jaime and Brienne, and I just have, they're gonna fuck, they're gonna fuck, with, like, music notes around it. And then, yas, bitch, fuck him, get that dick.
Oh my god.
I was so proud of her.
Mhm.
She got that motherfucking dick.
Yes, queen.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Jaime, who is more like, I don't want to say like innocent because it's not innocent. Who is more like naive in sex? The virgin or the guy who has only fucked his sister?
Jesus Christ. I had to drop my jewel. Jesus Christ.
I would say that Jaime is more sexually inexperienced because all he knows is his sister. While Brienne may be more, like, may physically have more inexperience, but she knows how to deal with more people.
I think that's fair. Especially, like, Brienne kept watch of so many people.
Also, you're telling me Pod didn't teach Brienne anything? Remember when the prostitutes paid Pod? Like, Pod, like, when you're out in the road for that long, you talk about sex, Pod taught her a thing or two.
Yeah.
Maybe not physically, but they fucking talked. Pod, oh my god. Sorry, I just thought about the Call Her Daddy podcast, but with Podrick on it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god.
They have a character on that podcast, Munchtown, what's his name? Munchtown Bob.
Oh my god.
And I was just thinking, like, Munchtown Pod.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Harley!
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Harley!
Then John and Dany almost fucked, and then they didn't.
Harley!
Jesus Christ.
And then Dany is basically, do not tell a fucking living soul, or I will goddamn murder you that you are Aegon Targaryen. So yeah, Dany's totally gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I love you so much, blah blah blah. That was kind of disappointing.
That's your fucking nephew! Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's Game of Thrones, it doesn't matter.
But, like...
Like, if you remember in the beginning, they talked about the Targaryens were always so inbred.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they got the Mad King.
Yeah.
I have a theory.
Let me hear it.
You know how Bran fucked up Hodor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember at the end of, before Jaime Lannister kills him, Aemon, or, what is it? It's whatever Targaryen it was that was on. Aemon was the maester, so I guess it was Aegon Targaryen. It was just screaming, burn them all, burn them all, burn them all, burn them all.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's Bran? Except that's a theory that, like, it would take too long to explain, so it's not going to be in the show.
Yeah.
It's such a good one, but it's not going to be in the show
Yeah.
because they half-assed the season.
I
That'd
need
be
this
wild,
written out.
though.
I need an essay about this.
I need somebody
DBQ.
to write George R.R. Martin's books for him.
Or just
Write them in a different...
and be like,
Write them
you
in
need
J.K.
this.
Rowling's style, please, because I can't read that Tolkien-esque bullshit. Write them how like a J.K. Rowling book where it's just like a lot of dialogue, like a lot of action, and give them to me. Even if there's more, but they're like more action-packed, give them to me. I can't read walking and describing. I can't do it. I don't have the attention span for it. I can't watch Goodfellas. I cannot read a Tolkien-esque book. Oh, so the first time that Jaime and Brienne are lying in bed, because they go back to that same shot multiple times, I was trying to figure out if he missed Cersei, if he regretted what he did, but then he decides to stay for Brienne. And so I was like, okay. Oh, then you have the meeting in the strategy meeting where Dany's like, all right, let's get going. And all the Stark girls are like, no, like, you need to rest your army. They just fought the goddamn dead. Like, they need to rest. Sansa had that fucking leather armor top.
Oh,
I need
that was
that.
I
hot.
made a note. I don't talk about the costumes a lot. I was like, I fucking love this thing.
Dude, that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, I need that.
I say this very sincerely. I want her to step on me.
Sophie Turner is a fucking babe. That leather armor thing was so goddamn gorgeous. And it reminded me of a line in the books where it's like, slowly I went from porcelain to iron to steel. And I feel like that leather armor was very much, I am a warrior in my own right.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't go on the battle and fight, but she is the most Game of Thrones character in the show. Like, she has learned from the best. And, like, it reminds, like, I think back to that line when they killed Baelish, where it's like, I may be a slow learner, Lord Baelish, but I learn. Like, think about who her teachers have been. Her teachers have been Cersei, Tyrion, Baelish. Like, she may be a slow learner, but she goddamn learns.
Yeah.
And that girl
Which is-
remembers everything.
Yes.
There's not one thing that someone has said to her or she has learned and picked up on the way that she has forgot.
Yeah. And then Jon agrees with Dany, and you have the double sister stare of disappointment.
Oh,
They were like,
God.
you goddamn idiot. Like, they know that Dany's gonna kill
When
him.
have-
They see it.
When has Jon Snow done anything right? Who would listen to Jon Snow's ideas?
You know nothing, Jon Snow. Like,
It's all right there.
you...
Say those 5
Like,
words.
you know... You know nothing, Jon Snow. That's all of Game of Thrones.
Jon Snow.
Ygritte spoiled it for us.
Spoiler alert.
Jon Snow reminds me of like Harry Potter-esque, you know, in the sense that touted as the hero, and it's like half of the time it's like, bud, are you really the hero
Wait,
here?
then who's... So, okay, if Jon Snow is Harry, that makes Arya Ron and Sansa Hermione.
I don't get it.
I love this.
I've never seen...
Because Arya's the badass that comes up in the big moments,
Yeah.
and Sansa's smarter than everybody else.
Yeah. I like that.
And Dany is Draco Malfoy.
Oh my god.
This is all going over my head. I've never seen Harry Potter in my life.
What the fuck, Alex? What the actual fuck?
I've never seen any of the Twilights either, or read them.
You don't need to. What? You broke my brain.
This is the second time this has happened in less than... Sorry, go ahead.
I've watched, like, a single minute of Harry Potter. We were at, like, my friend's house, and they had, like,
Don't
a
watch the
theater.
movies, read the books.
Well, I was also, like, younger at the time, because...
I
yeah.
learned to read with the
was-
Harry Potter books.
Same.
I think I was still in, like, elementary school, or I was still in, like, private school, maybe not, I don't know. But we were in my friend's basement, and I need to set this up. And they had, like, a movie theater over here, and then if you, like, walked down and around, it was, like, a completely finished basement. It was, like, kind of a casino type thing. There was all casino games, and then there was a bar. And a single minute, slowly, one by one, everyone left, and I was like, I'm gonna sit this out. I'm gonna sit this there. I'm gonna watch this movie. I got a headache, and I was like, nope. And this was, like, literally, like, 5 minutes. Like, if we're being literal here, like, 5 minutes into the movie, and I was
Read
like,
the books.
And then I walked away and I started playing slot machines.
Oh my god. This is the second time this has happened. I had a dear friend of mine last night told me that he didn't watch Harry Potter either. And I just don't understand, because it's just such a huge cultural thing that, it blows my mind.
I feel like now I could go and watch it because, like, I'm interested, I'm intrigued. I know what I've done, like, the whole sorting hat thing, and I was like, ooh, what's this? I've done it. Now I just need to watch it.
Go read the books. Then you have the sibling convo out in the Godswood, where he's pitches the whole thing, and then you don't get to see them find out. And I was just so frustrated by that, because that's such an important moment. And it's, like, not even, like, it's an important moment in this episode, but it's an important moment in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like, probably one of, like, if not, maybe not but one of the biggest, like, plot points. Is him not being, like...
See, when they do something like this, where they just cut something out, like, you know that's just... Sorry. You know that's just bad writing. You know? Like, it's just... To cut that out, it just means that you didn't want to take the time to sit down and write out the intricacies and the complexities that come with a scene like that. And that's just... Like, that's shitty, man. Because that's what you built your whole TV show around.
I want to know who sat there, who pre-read the script and was like, you know what, this is a good idea. Who looked at the storyboards and was like, you know, this is great. No! I want to kick something.
Then you have Jaime and Tyrion in that bar. Jaime announces that he's going to stay for Brienne. And Tyrion doesn't really believe him, because Tyrion knows kind of how the two of them are.
Yeah.
And then Bronn walks in, and you're just like, oh fuck. And then you realize Bronn is totally for sale. He's always for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I thought maybe Bronn would kill Jaime, but then I have another theory with how Jaime goes. And you knew Bronn was never gonna kill Tyrion, because, like, when Bronn and Tyrion and Potter together, it's like a frat. Like, it's a fraternity.
Yeah.
Like, they are brothers. They will never turn on each other. Like, you kind of knew that Bronn was never going to kill Tyrion. Mm-hmm. And after they leave, after Bronn leaves, there's another, like, sibling stare, and I just love those sibling stares. Because, like, anybody with siblings knows that, like, you can have full-on conversations with just, like, a look. And, like, you can read other siblings' conversations with just a look.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what you're thinking. I'm picking
Yeah.
up what you're putting down.
And then the Hound is riding along, and Arya catches up to him, and you kind of have the reunion of that ultimate duo. Hound says, Arya says something about, like, I don't plan on returning. Arya totally plans on dying down
Oh,
there.
yeah. That's, like,
She
wouldn't have said that if she wasn't, like, she is putting her life out on the line. This is what she wants to do.
Yeah. And, like, some people are like, no, she's gonna go to Riverrun afterwards and see Gendry. And I'm like, no, she
would never do
her
that.
whole life
Who
has been
said
leading
that?
to
What
people online.
dumb bitch
Like-
actually thinks that? I'm
But, like,
sorry.
people,
She would
but, like,
never.
her whole life has been building, like, all she has left is killing Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
My pen went flying. So, like, after she kills Cersei, like, there's no point in her anymore. Like, she feels like her life doesn't have purpose anymore. She's totally ready to die.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because she never wanted to be a man with no, a faceless person, whatever they're called. She never wanted to serve the many-faced god.
Yeah.
So she doesn't, like, she has all these tools. She is an assassin, but once her list is done, she doesn't want to be for hire. So it's like there's no point because she can't do anything else. This is who she is, but she doesn't want to just kill anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You find out there are 2 dragons for now. There's another combo with Sansa and Dany that I don't remember. I love Sansa reading people. Oh, Tyrion, totally in love with Sansa.
Oh yeah.
Totally in love with her. And Sansa immediately tells Tyrion Jon's secret.
I didn't
Such a
like
good
that.
chat.
It just felt like old Sansa, you know? It didn't feel like it fit.
No, that is Sansa playing the game.
That's fair.
Because she doesn't like Dany. She doesn't want Dany. What she does is she plants the seed of doubt in Tyrion because she saw Tyrion doubt Dany in that meeting.
Yeah.
She plants the seed of doubt in Tyrion. And she knows Tyrion will run to Varys.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I didn't like it maybe is because the way that they cut it, that they don't really...
They don't cut it so you
Yeah.
don't see the gameplay. You don't see the reaction.
Exactly. So, like, the way that they cut it just felt very, like, it made it feel more gossipy than it was. You know? It made it
Yeah.
feel like gossip rather than strategy. And I think that's what I didn't like.
This was a Baelish-esque move that they turned into a Season 1 Sansa move.
Yeah.
Then you have all the wildlings leaving. Ghost is going with the wildlings.
I'm so angry about this.
Okay, I'm not mad at Ghost going with the wildlings.
No, me neither.
That totally
That's
makes
fine.
sense. That's fine. Give him to Tormund. He's your best friend. Tormund and Ghost. Like, I would love a little spin-off show of Tormund and Ghost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The fucking bullshit of we can have battle dragons, but we can't have Jon pet a dog.
Literally, you
That's
spend half the
fucking...
episode on a fucking dragon. And like, they have interacted with dragons. They've interacted with the wolves before.
All you needed was a head.
Yes.
Fucking get a white dog.
Bruh.
Like, I don't understand. You didn't need the size of the direwolf. Just get a fucking dog.
Yeah. Even just like a little...
The Philly accent really came out there. Like, I'm really bad at identifying accents, but, like, I felt that. And I agree. That's warranted for the Philly to come out with that.
If you could say that sentence in a ratchet accent, you would. That deserved a ratchet accent. That's how mad I was. Oh, and then Tormund is like, I wish you can come north of the wall with you. And Jon basically says, I wish I could have my life north of the wall as well. Jon misses Ygritte, I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
And then peace out Tormund, and then Sam and Gilly fucked. Gilly's having another baby. They're going off north of the wall too. All these, like, happy endings is very weird and not Game of Thrones-ish, and I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you want to
Like-
see that towards the end, maybe, but it's not...
Yeah, like, it's the halfway point. All these characters are getting happy endings. If you were gonna get rid of them, fucking kill them.
Yeah.
Right.
Be Game of Thrones. Like, maybe Tormund lives. and he has to go and see what's left of the wildlings.
Mm-hmm.
Totally understand that. Gilly and Sam totally could have died. Sam should have died.
See, the thing is that, like, Gilly and Sam, I feel like either they should have died, or you could have given them the happy ending, because they are that kind of, like, there's, like, that layer of innocence to them that you kind of get with characters that you know they're going to get a happy ending, but, like, do it in a better way. Do it later on.
Do it in a bittersweet way. Where Gilly and her baby and Sam and little Sam survive, but Sam Tarley's dead. Like, do it in a bittersweet way, where, like, the legacy of Sam lives on in his 2 sons, but Sam is dead. Like, that would have been a more Games of Thrones-ish than, alright, half of these characters are gonna walk up north and live happily ever after. Like, that's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Oh, Varys and Tyrion have that conversation where they're like, Jon would make a better king than Dany. Which... I understand the conversation has to happen. It just happens out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's all very random.
It felt like, you know what? Like, that's the scene that they decided to spend time on and to try and make it, like, in that, like, the Game of Thrones strategy that we wanted to see with, like, Sansa telling Tyrion with the whole, like, reveal of Jon and who he is. Like, they chose that to be the moment that they highlighted, and it just didn't work out. Like, that's the one...
It didn't land the same way because you're not as emotionally invested in Varys.
Yeah.
Like, you're emotionally invested in Tyrion, and you love the way that Tyrion plays the game, but, like, Varys is such a weird person for him to have that important conversation with.
Yeah.
Like... they should have shown the earlier one with Sansa, where you could see Tyrion planning out the moves. It was a weird one to, like, focus in on. They round the corner, and because nobody fucking talks to Bran, Rhaegal is dead. She just killed Jon's dragon.
Oh my god.
This is why you use the psychic. He knows everything. You just go to Bran before you even leave, and you're like, all right, Bran, what's Cersei doing? Do they have a defense plan? Who does she have with him? Do they have more crossbows? Like, give me a rundown. What's going on, Bran? And if Bran just spoke like a goddamn normal person, they would do that.
How did they not see from...
She's on a dragon!
How do you, like, when you're on a plane, you can see everything. I'm sure if you're just a little bit lower, you can still see everything. You have a fucking bird's eye view, my guy. Just look down.
The thing is that, like...
How do you not go a different way? You're like, hey, this place has a lot of hidden caves where there could be a thing around that turn. Yeah. Why don't we go 500 yards that way where they can't reach us?
And why the thing is that, like, there's that pause when they actually see it. There's that pause where, like, you see them, you see their giant shit. You could have, like, maneuvered, done some shit. You could have lit them up, but you didn't fucking do that. What the fuck, bro?
Dany, you dumb bitch.
Fire-breathing fucking dragons, and she just sits there.
She has blown a 3-0 dragon lead.
A 28.
She has 1 dragon.
A 28-3.
Oh my god.
She has 1 goddamn dragon. Tyrion always gets knocked out during battle, so they don't have to show them, which I think is lame. Cersei has Missandei.
How did that happen? Like, I'm not, like, mad about the whole, like, her randomly getting kidnapped thing, but, like, I was very confused in the moment.
I was confused about how that happened, but there's a rule. I thought she was dead at first, but then there's a rule in Game of Thrones where if you don't see someone die, they're not dead.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, they could have spent a little more time with, like, not so much showing us the execution, but, like, making us, like, giving us enough of a hint that we, like, understand that someone was taken, because you knew that they were probably, like, she was taken. Like, you knew that, like, oh, if she's not there, she's probably not dead. But it just didn't make too much sense. It feels like the thing that, like, oh, you're gonna have to go on to Reddit later to have it explained and to have theories.
It didn't make sense how they got her.
Yeah.
Like, none of it made sense. There were so many people around, like, why her? Like, it was very strange. They don't know that, like, it was all very strange that they would, like, seemingly pick her.
Yeah.
Then she gives the whole "I'm the queen that was promised, destiny, free the world from tyrants" speech that you're like, oh cool, you're crazy now. John's totally gonna end up on the throne because it's King Solomon's tale. The one who doesn't want it is the true mother. Varys is totally gonna have Dany killed.
Yeah.
I'd have Dany killed.
Sansa has a mic drop, but I don't remember what it was. Fuck, I need to keep better notes.
Wasn't Sansa's mic drop when she's, like, leaving Winterfell?
Oh, no, it's, Jaime's leaving Winterfell.
Oh.
She runs into Jaime and says something to Jaime about, like, it has something to do with Bran being pushed out the window and her revenge on Cersei, and Sansa says something that it's the thing that wakes up Jaime is her mic drop. So Sansa says something to Jaime, totally forgot what it was, but it was awesome. So Jaime decides that he's gonna leave to King's Landing, and at this point you don't know if he's leaving to defend Cersei or he's leaving to go kill Cersei.
Yeah. It's
very much up in the air. And then Brienne follows him outside. She's in a nightcoat sobbing that he's leaving her. And a lot of people were upset about this. A lot of people were saying that, like, this is anti-feminist because, like, Brienne would never do this. And I think that it actually showed a very important part of vulnerability. That you can be strong, but you can also be vulnerable. Because you had Arya be so ice cold earlier. And this shows that, like, there are a multitude of women, and this shows a different side. And I like that Brienne is so fragile when it comes to this, because it's not something, like, Arya is ice cold because she has always been ice cold. Brienne has always looked for the approval of others, and especially Jaime. And Jaime gave it to her with the knighthood. He gave it to her by sleeping with her and saying that he loved her, and now he's leaving. And it makes sense that Brienne would be upset about this because all she's ever wanted is his approval.
Yeah. It fits with her character. That's something that, like, I don't, like, you can't really be mad about that. Because that's, like, her whole thing is that, yes, she's this big, strong, like, warrior woman, but she's always been vulnerable. She's always had that, like, that side of her that's just seeking everything. Like, she's seeking an emotional connection.
Also, Tormund would never have done this.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Which, I miss him.
Same.
Tormund, call me.
I love Tormund.
You fictional character. Qyburn is a creepy motherfucker.
Hate that.
That child, you think back to, so Tyrion goes up and tries to reason with Cersei when they get to, like, the meeting to kind of exchange Missandei. And, like, Cersei's up on the thing, and they've got all the arrows, and it's all the thing, and, like, you see the hand motion, and I'm like, I don't know what the hand motion is for shoot or don't shoot. So when she makes the hand motion, you're like, oh, fuck, and then they all put it down, and you're like, okay, cool. But Tyrion says something about, like, think of the baby, and Euron Greyjoy is a goddamn idiot and doesn't realize it's not his kid.
How?
He's so...
Literally how?
Like,
what a
you first heard of the baby 5 minutes ago, and this guy knows. Like, he hasn't put two and two together that that's Jaime's kid.
Why is he so fucking stupid?
But I just think back to the prophecy, Cersei's prophecy, all your children will die and they will be the death of you. My theory. Jaime's coming back to kill Cersei. Arya doesn't know it. Arya kills Jaime, puts on his face, kills Cersei.
Damn.
Whoa.
Because that's 2 birds, 1 stone.
That makes sense, yeah, because that makes a lot of sense. I don't know, I'm conflicted about Jaime. Like, I do feel like he's out.
I want to like him so bad, and he makes it so hard.
Yeah, it's just the choices that he makes, it's like, you can take the right choice, and like half the time he'll take it, and then that's when you're like, oh, maybe I should like this character a little bit more, and then he does something like this and you're like, you're a piece of fucking shit, this is why we don't trust fuckboys.
You're like, character development, and then you're like, ah, damn it.
Jamie is constantly 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
So then Dany's fucking useless, and
Fuck Dany.
I was like, Missandei should just jump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
And then, like,
surprised she didn't.
Like, put your death in your own hands. Just jump.
Yeah.
I thought her last words were gonna be Valar Morghulis. But then she gives a signal to Dany, like, fucking burn everyone. She goes Dracarys. What does Dany do?
Just stands there
Fucking
and stares at
nothing.
her.
She
Stands there and gets mad.
I
You have a dragon!
Your dragon is right fucking there. He's right fucking there. The thing that gets me so mad about that scene is right after when she turns around and you see the fucking dragon right fucking there.
She's going towards the dragon! What is she doing?
Everyone's like,
Fucking light that shit on fire!
a bunch of people were like, oh, well, you don't want to, like, that's her last dragon left, like, you don't want to waste it. The arrows are fucking wooden. Fire? Wood? Hello?
Light that shit up from a distance. Fucking kill everyone.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm angry. I'm so angry.
I'm
Guys,
so
are we the
fucking
Mad
done.
Queen? Maybe the Mad Queen was the friends we made along the way.
No, I like the just a side note, I like the actor that plays his name is like escaping me now.
Grey Worm.
Yeah, the actor that plays Grey Worm shared that video of them
Oh my
doing
gosh.
the da, da, I think of you. That was so good. And that
Like in an alternate universe.
yeah, and that
Which,
fucked me
if
up.
they're not fucking in real life, what's the point? Like, if they're not having sex, nobody on that show should be having sex. Oh, my theory for the end of the show that I bookmarked and wanted to come back later. Sansa on the Iron Throne, married to Tyrion. Tyrion's the king, Sansa's the queen. Let's fucking roll.
When you mentioned that they would like they're into each other and you thought they would fuck, that's what I was thinking too. Like that was my first conclusion.
It's gonna be the two of them at the end. The two of them have been through so much together, and they've gotten so much smarter. That I think it'll be the two of them at the end on the Iron Throne.
And I think-
Because then it's the Lannister at the bottom, the Stark in the north. It makes sense.
Yeah, and the irony is just the fact that Tyrion, who Cersei has always hated, has always disliked because of who he is, and to see him be the only Lannister, the Lannister that no Lannisters wanted to accept, go on to and take the throne in a way that all of the Lannisters wanted to, like that's like chef's kiss.
Oh,
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We have such better endings, and you know it's just fucking gonna be Jon.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Or even worse, Dany.
It's not gonna be Dany. They've made it too obvious that they're gonna kill Dany.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Jon, and it's gonna be so boring, and Sansa will be the queen of the wardeness of the north and whatever. But they should just let us write the show. The fans write, like, the fans, if you go into, like, the fan theory Reddits and stuff and the fan fictions, oh my god.
They're
there's
so
so
good.
much better in there.
They're so
good. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, we have talked about Game of Thrones for an hour, guys.
Really?
It was
59 minutes and 44 seconds.
It was such an
God.
important episode. We had to go deep in.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is apparently the biggest episode. Like, it's another battle. It's the last battle. But apparently this is the one where everybody dies.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be able to see everyone die.
It'll be daytime this time.
This time, I think what we need to do is, like, maybe not talk about every single scene. It's just that, like, even the scenes that aren't important, they're just so poorly done.
I just feel like this episode had so many important scenes.
Yeah.
Because it was
Yeah.
wrapping up half, it was setting up the other half. This one was important. I think the battle will be less important.
I think
but-
the thing with this episode specifically was that, like, the parts that were important weren't given importance, and the parts that were dragged out weren't super important, but you have to talk about them anyway because it's such a huge chunk of the episode. So it's
Yeah.
like you have this is one of those episodes that you have to cover, like, every single detail.
This episode
Yeah,
could
it
have
had-
been like 2 or 3 of its own. Like, it
Yeah,
could
I
have
was thinking, like, this episode had the potential to be one of the best episodes of all time.
Mm-hmm.
If they had just done it a little bit better. Put in a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
Alright, so we talked about some hockey. We talked about mostly Game of Thrones. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're the For Puck's Sake podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at For Puck's Sake Pod or Instagram at For Puck's Sake Podcast. Buy our merch on TeePublic and Redbubble. We have team-specific shirts along with For Puck's Sake specific shirts, including an Anti-Pence podcast, Why You Have to Be Mad, Animals and Children Know Things, and there's another one that I can't think of. It's completely escaped me.
I know. Peter Mrazek is bad. He's not
Peter
bad,
Mrazek
though.
is bad, and we are putting together a Pot of Ice and Fire shirt. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you.